Boop. Hello.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome to episode
3.
Episode 3.
Oh my gosh.
Housebound Adventuring.
Today's I'm so used to hearing like 927.
Yeah, right. Today's cast is comprised of our lovely usuals and a guest.
Hello.
This is Anne, whom you can find at lots of different places, probably. Do you want to? You can put yourself in chat if you want to.
Well, can I? Let's see.
But we've also got some quite ill people in chat, which is one of the reasons that we've been slightly delayed in getting our next game on. Did you just try to shout out yourself?
I did.
But you know that's what life happens. I'm afraid. So we're all a bit unwell in various different ways and to varying extents. And the only way that's really going to be noticeable to you is if you listen to our lovely Katie's voice. Just say a nice long sentence.
Oh, like hello everyone. How are you today? I'm so glad to be back after such a long break.
I'm sorry I put you on the spot like that, you cutie pie. Okay. I hope everybody in chat's doing really well. I hope you guys are excited to play some more D&D and to watch some more D&D. And to those of you who are watching on YouTube, I hope the world hasn't fallen to shit yet and that we all still have clean water to drink.
And if that is the case, why the hell are you watching this? Go and get some clean water.
It's their only respite from the horrors of the future.
Go and watch some videos about survival or something.
No, it's too late for that. If you don't already know it, it's too late for that. Just enjoy the time you have left.
That's exactly right. Okay, try putting a shirt on, Tom. It might keep you out. I'm fine. Thank you very much, Wild Librarian. It's warm. Okay. This is my nip slip. This is my nip slip vest. So if you see any nip slips, you get inspiration. No, I'm kidding. I have a counter.
Surely it's a reward in and of itself.
Right.
Thank you for the bits, Fuel.
Oh, hey, Fuel.
Look how cute those little bits are.
Oh my god, are those foxes? Oh, they're corgis.
Oh, corgis.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cute.
Cute.
300%
for that nip.
Might as well die as I lived watching Tom say crazy shit. Excellent. Well, since it's been a little while and this is a brand new adventure, we're going to need a little bit of a refresher. And because I am a very bad and unprepared DM, I'm going to need everyone's help.
You're a really good DM and you're really prepared all the time.
Oh, you're looking for inspiration here, chums? I'm being nice. Give me rewards. I would like an extra magical item, please.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, Wandering Silence. Glad to see you here.
I'm glad your game was cancelled, so you have to be here.
Haha, sucker.
Is the going rate of working in a DJ Khaled quote still worth a minor magic item?
No, I'm afraid that was a one-time. the special offer's worn out. Right. Anyway, so welcome everybody to Housebound Adventuring, our brand new campaign. We have our new characters. We have Randall, Neuralee, and Oro. And we have our special guest today, Anne, whom we're going to work in naturally. And hopefully at some point you might stumble across the character that she's playing today. If not, it'll be really awkward, and Anne will sit here for 3 hours doing fuck all. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But the campaign that we have, without going into too much detail, because if you don't know what's going on, there are YouTube
There's
videos.
no hope for you anymore.
We're 2 episodes in. If you don't get it already, Jesus. So the story kind of starts us off with our pal here, Randall, who is a monk. He is a monk of an order that likes to collect stories. And he was the recipient of a letter basically saying, "Oi, blood, your relative's dead and they've left you some shit. Come pick it up." Yep. And he was like, cool. And then he did. Turns out he's the recipient of the will and testament of someone he was related to, Caspian Kinshire, who has left him a mansion in a nice little town in Cormier called Nesmith. And he's basically left along the line saying, please look after Nesmith the way that I looked after Nesmith in the time that I was alive. Then we got the chance to meet Oro and Nurali, both budding adventurers, and the team got together to start their adventuring career. They picked up the first bounty, the first quest that they could find, and it was buy some towels. Tom, you turned on my Alexa with your oi blood statement.
Adam, what do you have your Alexa set to that it responds to oi blood?
Set to oi blood, obviously.
I love that it's like on super British mode. And that's what it is. That's incredible. Right, so yes. I'm going to try and say, Alexa, Google something really weird. Thank you. Cheers, Alexa. You're the best. So we've picked up our entire party here. We've got, we had Nurali, we had Oro, and we had Randall. We also had Katwai, who is sadly deceased. The quest that they had picked up, mega dead, was that they had to, they went to go and see Golgar Bronzejaw, the person who is running the Curled Talon Inn, the local establishment. And he said basically that he had a fully stocked sub-basement that had, unfortunately, one of his family heirlooms in, or an heirloom that he'd stolen from another family, and that he'd like it back. The reason that he's pretty sure it's gone for good is that the wall of his sub-basement has been caved in. And you poked your heads in, had a little bit of a look around. Turns out that there is some kind of sewer system underneath this town, a sewer system that nobody knew about. Poking around down there says two things. First off, it's very dark. Second off, it's full of rats. Whilst you were down there, you poked around a little bit and you found some goodies, one of which was an amulet that has the Kinshire crest upon it. Which obviously Randall scooped up. And then you found a long corridor full of shit. Sums up.
Yeah.
Right? Found a long corridor full of shit. In this long corridor full of shit were two gelatinous cubes that were acting as some wonderful kind of inbuilt sewer trap. Basically, as you were scooting along this river of shit on your little raft, one of the gelatinous cubes moved aside, releasing a tidal wave of shit that knocked you into the other gelatinous cube. Or it planned to do that. Unfortunately, only one of you fell into the gelatinous cube, and that was Ka-Wai, who is now a skeleton.
Oof.
Last session was she's a spooky, scary skeleton. Last session was killing one of those two gelatinous cubes, which in and of itself is quite a feat, and scooping up her remains, because this is the first time that many of you have encountered death, and it seemed like the good thing to do. Am I right? Our characters kind of felt like we should probably scoop up her body. You guys took her back to the adventuring company where you got your start, also known as...
kind of wrapped her up nicely and left her there, actually,
and
went and told them.
Yes.
And we were like, so things...
Yes, she's wrapped up is the important part there. You didn't walk through a tavern with a corpse.
Had that much sense.
Fuel just redeemed a D6 bonus and gave it to Anne. Special guest needs something special.
Aww.
Thank you.
So for those of you who are new, Anne being one of those people, is that rather than quite a few streams kind of say like you can donate bits and stuff to get inspiration points or advantage rolls or whatever, we tried to dumb that down a little bit, and you can redeem points in Jenny's stream to get things like D6s and stuff to give to our players. So you've been given a D6 that you can add to any roll that you like. Thank you very much to Fuel. Much appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
Right. So you guys went back to the adventuring prep store of Nesmith, where you basically said, "Yo, one of our party members died. What the fuck?" And you did this in front of many new recruits and permanently scared them away from the profession, which is, I mean, it's less competition for you. You were given the recommendation to basically, I mean, shit happens, leave her in the sewer, but it's down to you. And they said, if you bring her back, then we can do a little funeral if you like. After that, you went to the market square where you hung out for a little bit, noticed some of the citizens of Nesmith, one of whom is a young beggar girl that you've noticed, and there was someone selling chocolate, lots of different types of chocolate: hot chocolate, cold chocolate, hard chocolate, not hard chocolate. And there was a wonderful little that's his list, that's his menu.
Yeah.
And we had a lovely little moment where you say rip Kawaii and her beautiful soft voice. Kawaii killed off simply because the novelty of doing her voice was too much for me. But we had a lovely moment where Oro purchased some hot chocolate for Nirali because she's never seen nor smelled nor tasted the thing, and it was wonderful. That's pretty much where we ended off, wasn't it? As we ended there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
We have a mini side quest where Randall has been asked to buy some towels by Atticus, who is the housekeeper for the Kinshire Manor. But apart from that, here's where we are. Why don't you, each of us, unfortunately Anne is not irrelevant at this point, so maybe not Anne, you tell me how your character is feeling about the death of Kawaii.
It was really difficult at first because of how up close and personal it was, and how it kind of put the oh, this is a really dangerous thing I could be doing sense in me. And then it was weird that those sisters were kind of like, maybe you just leave her there. She's fine. She's not gonna care, right? And then now I have chocolate, so I'm kind of like, this is wonderful. Life is okay again.
Okie dokie. How about Randall?
Probably just trying to put it to the back of his mind and not dwell on it too much, because the same kind of thing where it's that could have been any of us or all of us, and maybe it's not all roses and fairy tales.
That's not all roses. Too used to being
dinky gelatinous cube.
Sometimes that's just the way it be. So it's stinky gelatinous cubes. And how about Oro?
Well, Oro said last time that she's seen death quite a bit. So I don't think she was a bit like, oh god, that's the way she died, being that gelatinous cube is a little bit like, what the fuck, okay. But I don't think she's really that bothered by it, other than knowing that shit be dangerous down here. Be careful.
Shit be dangerous down here. Wise words.
Thank you.
Okay, well, you are currently enjoying the sights of the market square and watching Nirali nurse her newfound delight of hot chocolate. What's Randall doing at the moment?
I'm looking for the towel stand.
Okay, you successfully find a stand for a market place that sells household goods.
Then I will purchase some towels.
What colour?
Please.
What
So
size?
What kind of towel would you like to
I
purchase?
don't think this is something that Randall has ever done. So I think he probably end up.
Guys, it's getting serious here. We got
Exactly.
a new
I think
frontier.
you just end up with
This is the
very
real
plain-
adventure.
very plain towels.
So he's playing it safe.
What size are the towels though? Are they like little face towels, or are they like big bath towels?
I think probably a range, because again, it's not entirely sure
Smart.
So it'd
Yeah.
be like get like a couple of really big ones, like really far too big, and then a couple like, what would I even do with this?
Really party big.
How much is Randall willing to spend on
Well, that
towels?
depends on how much towels are.
Towels are very cheap, depending on whether or not you want to have nice quality towels or cheap quality towels.
Cheap quality towels.
Then you can get pretty much as many towels as you like for less than gold. But when I say towel, we're not talking about like nice modern towels. We're talking like barely washcloths.
Are they more like tea towels?
No, I mean like just the quality. Yeah, the tea towel quality. Like that's
Yeah.
the fabric.
Okay.
Or
Then I
imagine
will-
rubbing yourself down with that. You know?
I don't even know how much of everything is each one. How much silver is in a gold? Is it 100?
10 silver and a gold, 100 copper and a silver.
10.
Is it an M&S towel or a Home Bargains towel?
Definitely a bag of towel. I will spend an entire 5 silvers.
All right.
Just 5 coins.
Making it hail.
Well, the lady selling household goods is very pleased with the business. She
You
says,
are welcome.
"Well, that's very generous of you. 5 whole gold pieces. You
Gold, though, it's silver.
oh, silver pieces. Well, that's
Yeah.
that's not
Can
very
she not
generous at all. That's DM memory for you. Stay tuned, guys, for more DM memory.
Could have got away with.
Well, fuck you, 5 silver pieces of shit. Fuck you, you're the worst. Get out of here. Take my towels.
Oh my god.
I don't like this place.
let's rewind a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your business.
Well, thank you for your towels.
Are you a new adventurer in town?
Oh, can you tell?
You've got the look.
Oh, do I still have like the?
You're still in my vestments, aren't you?
Yeah,
Which are like, I think, slightly long for you, right? Because you're short.
yeah, probably.
You've got the look.
Do I?
Yeah, we don't get, I mean, first off, I've lived here all my life and I've never seen you. Not too many people come through. And if they do, I mean, lots of adventurers come through. I mean, not very many non-adventurers come through, if you get my gist.
Yeah.
So if you look a bit weird, you're usually an adventurer. And you look mighty weird.
Thank you. You say you lived here all your life.
Correct? That's me, yeah.
Have
Name's
you-
Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Angie Melangi.
Angie Melangi, cool. That's a very nice name.
DM writes down Angie Melangi.
Anti-Melange.
Melangi.
Tell her if she sells any phalanges, quick.
Quick, Google what a flange is.
Angie Melange's shop of towels and phalanges.
That's exactly what the sign says. Oh my
Wow,
goodness.
it's almost like we're world building together.
It's almost like I should get an inspiration for that.
All right. let's not go fishing for inspiration. Yes, lived here all my life, selling all sorts of goods and phalanges.
You wouldn't have ever come across anyone talking about there being a sewer or
A sewer
or underground structure
or underground stuff, sure.
like tunnels and
Yeah, tunnels. Yeah, we got tunnels.
yeah. What were they? What were they used for? Was it like there's a mining or?
Well, we had roll me an investigation check.
Surely it's her investigation check.
Yeah, but I'm fishing for how much information you get out of her.
She's on memory. We were doing memory things.
Skill checks, baby, skill checks. Oh, and a 17 on investigation. Well, yeah, no, we got loads of tunnels under here, all round, riddled with holes. We are. We've see.
Not your towels though, right?
Only the finest towels here, and then the slightly less finest ones, which are the ones that you bought.
Yeah.
You see up there on that there hill, and she points to the north.
Yeah.
Well, see, we've got tunnels that go under there. We call it the Sanctuary of Bones.
Do I get the sense that I'm supposed to feel scared at this point?
Roll me
A scared check.
a scared check.
It's
Can
I-
insight, right?
Yes, please.
I was gonna say, can I insight her to see if she's doing like a?
I'm afraid you're not here.
woo-woo-woo-beast?
You are. Oh, she's not doing the woo woos.
Insight, baby, insight.
Oh, no, she does not appear to be trying to intimidate you in any way.
Okay.
She might just be a
I
bit.
don't overplay it too much then.
Okay. So, Sanctuary Bones up north.
Oh, it's a cemetery. I suppose you do have lots of death around here.
Well, sort of. It's a bit of a misnomer, really. See, I can't remember. Don't know why it's called that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You've been very helpful.
Thank you for your business. You have a good day. Make sure to get lots of treasure and come back to fill out your home. Maybe get the nicer towels next time.
These towels are perfectly adequate for
They
my
are no.
drying needs.
I trust me. They are wonderful towels. They're wonderful. It's just you could get extra wonderful. And why settle? A man of your quality.
I do not need these things.
Everyone needs a bit of luxury in their life.
I need
Sir.
no luxury.
Trust Angie Melange and her phalanges. Good day to you, sir.
Good day. Walk away.
Treat yourself, Randall. So you've purchased some towels. Mini quest tracking has moved forward. Now you just need to deliver the towels.
So
quest
thing
to
updated
quest,
on this
yeah.
thing, yeah.
Quest
So
updated.
did he go off to do that while we were doing the chocolate thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you've I'm assuming you're regrouping now after your chocolate and towel endeavors.
Well, if
Oh.
if he like wandered away, if I have sipped my hot chocolate and had my little conversation with Oro and I look up and he's gone and we know that he's gone to go get the towels, then I'm going to kind of like inch away from the stand guy because I'm worried that he'll be mad at her for giving it to me.
Oh no, he's very busy with all the attention that he's just got. If you recall correctly, he was given the endorsement of Oro, the one and only, and that drove up a lot of attention. was that a dab?
It's a tiny dab.
That was a big selling point. Lots of people are very interested. So he's currently dealing with new customers right now.
Okay.
So Randall went away whilst that whole shenanigan was happening, and the feeling I got was that you were really enjoying and taking appreciation of your new delight. So I'm thinking these two periods overlap quite significantly.
Oh, okay. Well, I was really thoroughly enjoying it, and then I was going to wander away and do a very small thing. So I think Oro. I had already done that, and I'm like, I'll be right back. And I go wander away to where we saw the little girl or the young woman. I don't know how old she looked, sitting with her like begging bowl. And I take out like the cup that I have with me that I would drink with like while traveling and pour like half into that. And then I just like lean down and I give her the little paper cup and I'm like, here you go.
She looks up at you and then kind of just looks down at the cup and she looks very meek. And she looks sad for a moment and then she passes it back to you without taking a drink.
What's wrong?
She says nothing.
I kind of stand there awkwardly for a second, like not understanding what to do.
As most of us would.
I don't understand.
Tortu redeemed. Highlight my message for, wow, why aren't you taking the cup?
By the way, the Silver Tree redeemed a D6 bonus and gave it to Katie. Instead of getting a
Oh.
DM inspiration, get a D6.
Ah.
I see how it is, Carl.
And
A
then
towel
I'll
is the
just-
most massively useful thing a person can have.
Mhm.
It's enough of us have watched or read or listened to Hitchhiker's Guide.
Mhm. I haven't read it, but I found a little flash game, and I had never read the book, and I was trying to play the game without ever having read the book, and it's just supposed to take you through it. And so when I got to the point where the guy kept trying to offer me the towel, I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he finally took it, and the story progressed instead of playing me, and I was like, "What is this game?"
Excellent.
So after standing there awkwardly for a moment and kind of like asking her what's wrong and her not answering me, I'll just kind of like wander back and look very confused when everybody meets back up.
Sure.
Now I've got 2 cups.
Okie dokie. So the group of you have now reassembled. Please, in character, progress.
Wow, nice towels.
Thanks.
What color
They're
are the
from-
towels?
They're all like beige.
Yeesh.
Very boring colours. But practical colours. Well, not like
Very practical towels.
When I
practical
look at
colours.
them, DM, as somebody who has made cloth before, do I think they're quite shit?
Do I think they're quite shit? You think
That's
that they
an
are
opinion.
they are adequate?
So they're like well constructed, but not of nice materials, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you like hold them up, I kind of look at them, and it's like discerning eye almost, which I think is like a really different attitude than she's probably had before. And it looks like really like inspecting, like pick it up, and I'm looking at like the edges and the like pattern in the fabric and stuff. And I fold one back down and set it on there, and I'm like, it's pretty good.
Rand is just like, towels. Have you never seen towels before? These are towels.
No, it's well made.
Excellent. Angie sold them to me. Angie Belangi.
Well, it is her phalanges.
Phalanges.
Is that another word for towels?
No, not in my language. Why do you have 2 cups now?
Oh, I don't know if you saw her, but there was like a young girl outside and she just looked hungry. And since you were so nice and had given some to me, I thought I'd share a little bit with her, but she didn't want any. So I had already poured it into a second cup.
Oh, that's weird. You
I
didn't
guess
want
I
it.
could just pour it back into 1 cup now. And I'll like pour it into the like permanent drinking cup and kind of crumple up the little paper one and hold it.
I'm trying really hard to do a new DMing technique, which is shut the fuck up, which I struggle with. As you might, if any of you have ever noticed our D&D games, it's a lot of Tom talking shit. So please tell me. I mean, you can discuss again in your characters. What is your plan from now on? You've exchanged towel comments and explored the weird girl not wanting hot chocolate. What the fuck is that about? What do you want to do next?
So talking to apparently my now best friend Angie Melangi, and she's said she's lived here like forever, and I asked her if she knew of like tunnels, and she was like, yeah, there's loads of tunnels. And apparently there's a place called the Sanctuary of Bones, like north of here. Yeah, right, that sounds important, but she doesn't know why it's called that. Also, I need to take these towels back, they're making my arms itch.
Oh no, you're allergic to towel.
Sanctuary of Bones sounds like the sort of name that something would get, and it would be lost to time if no one took care of that place anymore.
I almost wrote on my notepad the Sanctuary of Towels. Like, no,
No, that's going to be my closet.
I'm going to open up a shop next door that's called the Sanctuary of Towels.
I love
Competing business.
that. Oh man, that tickled me.
Well, I need to drop these off because, well, I got loads of them.
Yeah,
I'd
having
like
a
to see your
terrible
home
trip.
anyway, if that's okay. Can we
Yeah.
come with you?
Let's see if we can find a room or something for you guys to stay in. If super you got one, you don't have to stay.
Oh, I don't. Yes, that would be very nice.
What a wonderful perk to being in this adventuring party. You just happen to be in an adventuring party with someone who owns the biggest building in the town.
Yeah, it's also probably the building with the most holes in it.
And rocks.
It's a
Boulders.
feature. It's a feature.
Just turn it into like a rock zen garden, right? Like you can just go in there and put
In the middle of the
sand or
hallway.
and move them around. Yeah. It's like calisthenics or something. You just go train in there. It's your indoor workout room.
The Sanctuary of Towels is where Angie goes to harvest the towels.
Just like picking them off trees.
I love that. So it takes you little to no time
Wait,
to get
wait,
up the road. Oh, I apologize.
Before we go, I want to, because I figure this girl doesn't want to talk to us. I'm just gonna give, because does she have a thing to put money in?
She does, yeah.
I'm gonna put a gold piece in there and just walk away.
She cries.
Oh shit! I didn't want that reaction.
You take it out. She cries more.
I put it back in. She cries again. I'm confused.
Does it look like a good cry?
I mean, she as you kind of I mean, so you've described to me that you were going to put it in. You're going to give her a gold coin and just walk away.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, you're going to spend any? Are you going to look back at all, or is this just kind of going to be like a passing?
Well, I just do like a little like nod thing, like a there you go type of thing. But I figure she doesn't want to talk.
Okay. Well, as you're kind of walking away, the group of you, you do hear quiet sobs coming from her. And when you turn back, she is kind of cradling the pot. So she has a small bowl. She's cradling the bowl with close to her chest, and her hand is over her face. And she's looking at the ground, but you can hear sobs. She hasn't taken the gold piece out and chased you down and been like, but she's clearly upset right now.
I kind of want to turn around and go and try and comfort her in some way. And just
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know whether Oro would be very good at having intimate conversations with people when they're crying, but just like a pat on the head or something like that. Okay, it's fine.
She continues to kind of just quietly sob to herself, and then she just kind of looks up at you at one moment, and you can see gratitude in her eyes. Gratitude is the reason that she's crying. She's very thankful.
Will you be okay?
She kind of looks down at her bowl, and she looks up at you, and she kind of still crying leans against you. Bearing in mind you're a goblin, you are not very tall, and she is on the floor. She kind of just leans against you, still kind of hand in her face in her hands, and she just leans against you for a brief second. You can feel that she sobs against you one or two more times before she sits back to herself, and she looks, and she bows, kind of hands together in gratitude a couple more times. And you can see for a brief second that there is a smile on her face.
I want to ask her her name.
Shall we do this in?
Yeah.
Let's do this now.
What's your name?
She doesn't reply.
Shit.
Have I seen her
Oro
open her
does that.
mouth?
Do you want to do this in RP? She says nothing.
Fuck you.
Have Have I seen her open her mouth at any point, like even when she's crying to like sob or to breathe? Is her mouth ever open?
Give me a perception check.
DM dodge.
17.
DM dodge. So give me the intention behind what you're asking. Are you saying, does it look like she's got her lips glued together or something? Like, is that what
I
you're
want to see if she has a tongue.
right?
Like maybe
Okay.
she can't talk because there's some reason. It's like not like she's not just like refusing to speak to us.
So she's spent some time, you guys have creepily been watching her now for a little while. It does, like, you haven't had a chance to look in her mouth, but you have seen that her lips have parted at least a couple of times. So it's not like her mouth's sewn shut or glued shut or anything like that. You just haven't
Okay.
you haven't seen if she has a tongue, because I'm talking right now and it's relatively hard to see. I'm talking right now. I'm talking right now. No, a tongue? No, no.
Maybe you know a tongue. You don't know.
Try and
I felt like
say
a puppet
llama.
then.
Is
try and say
there
llama.
is there like a common
Llama.
equivalent of like sign language?
That is a really good question. Sign language has never come up.
Adam?
Adam, is there a sign language in the very?
There's not canonically, like raw, there's not. But
Should there be?
in this world, would there be like common gestures that people would
Yeah.
know?
Like
I
middle
would say,
finger.
I'm going to put in our canon that there are at least dumb people in the world, DUM, as in people who are unable to speak, and that there are people who have developed languages for them to communicate, but they are very rare, and if they do exist, you don't know it, and it's unclear as to whether or not this person knows that language.
Okay.
The tongue inspectors are here. Walks over and pries open her mouth.
I'm just like watching then. Kind of like
Okay.
awkwardly sipping on the rest of my hot chocolate.
I'm gonna ask her another question, but like, are you okay?
She kind of nods to herself and to you, and she looks up at you again with gratitude.
Can you speak to me?
She,
Can you write to me? Don't know whether I have any paper or a pen. Susan did. I don't think Aro does.
I mean,
I have parchment. If you said that loud enough where I could hear it.
Yeah, I'll turn around. Do you guys have paper? And something to write with?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come over with. Oh, right. This is kind of Randall's thing, isn't it? I feel like you might answer first.
yeah, well, maybe not though, because he might be quite precious about his writing implements.
That's
Right.
fair. That's fair. Okay. I have
like that.
parchment. And I have.
I like that a lot. I really like it because obviously it's an important part of his like character that he has writing implement, and that's his thing. Him being precious, but I like that a lot. That's if that was more than just he likes his pens, then I would like that's something that I want to be able to reward you with. I feel like inspiration's too much, but like I don't know, I like it anyway.
Magic pen.
Tom is
That's
just doing this because he can't think of a new voice. Yeah, for reals. Tess is onto something.
Use the towels.
Come
What
on,
the fuck is this about,
she'd be
guys?
Scottish. You know she'd be Scottish if Tom didn't know.
This is a fucking
This is
outrage.
why he
Some
said-
DMs do no voices at all. Okay.
This is why he said that the sign languages are really rare, so he doesn't have to also invent that.
Yeah, fuck me for not wanting to invent a sign language on the spot. Sorry, what was said next? You're getting pen and paper.
I have, well, it doesn't explicitly say that I have with any of my like, because I have like a book, like a prayer book and stuff. So it doesn't explicitly say that it came with a writing utensil, but I do have chalk and charcoal. So whichever would be more like socially acceptable to hand someone along with some parchment, I will give that one.
All right. I mean, charcoal, I guess.
Charcoal. Okay.
Would be like a relatively common substitute.
Okay. It's like a graphite pencil, but charcoal. So I'll like set those down in front of her.
Okay. Well, she takes a hold of the charcoal and she finds a relatively flat piece of ground, and she kind of waits patiently. And she thinks, and she starts writing. And you can see that she is not writing in common.
Knew that would happen.
What languages do we have?
Um,
I'm sorry, Anne. I was not expecting to spend this much time up here.
It's okay. Take your time.
But it makes sense. Players. None of you are doing anything wrong by taking your time here. Just to clarify, I've just thought that things would go a little bit faster. It's okay to take your time. I'm sorry.
Goblin and Giant are the extra ones that I know.
Okay.
I know Elvish.
Okie doke. How about Nurali?
Common, Celestial, and Elvish.
Okay, so everyone apart from Oro can read that this is in Elvish. And she has written in Elvish script, my name is Evelyn.
When I recognize that, in Elvish then, I will say, do you have trouble speaking?
She writes, I cannot speak.
Are you sick?
No.
Have you ever been able to speak?
Yes.
Can it be fixed?
It shouldn't.
Have you made a promise not to speak?
No.
Would you mind saying why or telling us why it shouldn't be fixed?
She is pensive for a moment before she puts the charcoal down and pushes the parchment away from herself. Meeting the
Okay.
big bad at level 2 is impressive.
I'll just nod, say, it's okay, and take the parchment back and the charcoal. I don't know if there's bits of it I can still use, so I'll
Oh yeah, no.
put it back when it's done.
I mean, charcoal is not something that's good. Not going to get rid of it that quickly.
Oro's just kind of standing there looking at everyone like,
I think we should go.
okay.
And on the way back to the place, I'll explain that she said that she was once able to speak and shouldn't be fixed or remedied now, and she didn't want to tell us why.
Okay. Before we go, Oro will just say, look after yourself, and then leave.
Okie doke. Everyone happy with that? Would you like to move on? Okie dokie. Well, the walk back to the mansion is a pretty quick and easy one. This is just a small village after all. It doesn't take you too long to get to the top of the hill and to the Kinshire Manor. For those of you who were not here previously, which is everybody apart from Randall, this is what we are currently looking at. Let's move that out of the way. It's on the roll 20 here. We have an image of the mansion in its current state. It is, as you can see, in a state of disrepair is maybe a mild term for it. Basically, it has been subject to some kind of event or multiple events that have caused parts of the walls to fall through or be filled with boulders. A tower has collapsed. You can see that there are several turrets. Some of them are still in place, but many of them have fallen down or collapsed in on themselves. And the way to the front door is kind of lined with well looked after plant life. Is kind of gardens that have been looked after by someone.
This is the place.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Okay, I don't know where you've been, but sure.
Oh, yeah, no, it looks terrible. Sorry, I couldn't tell if you liked it or not.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be like this.
Agreed.
Plants look well looked after.
Yes, there's a few odd things like that, and you'll see inside as well. I hope you're all okay with dogs.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Kate has been waiting for this moment.
because there's a dog.
I've been waiting.
Wait, well, that's. Oh, wait, hang on. I don't want Parsnip to slobber all over these towels. Well.
This really is the towel episode.
Okay, well, I'll let one of you go first. I'll just like direct
To your own house.
You let Guess go first. It's fine.
Did you open the door? Do I have to knock?
No, you can just open the door.
I'll go to open the door and step back.
So you push
Push forward.
the door inwards, and for a brief moment, as you put your hand against the handle and you push it inwards, you can hear pitter patter of what sounds like paws on the floor that run up to the doorway and stop. As the door opens and it swings slightly for you to see inside, you see these great staircases that lead up the inside of this building. The antechamber is very well looked after. It's very clean. It's well kept. There are some nice paintings and landscapes on the walls. And in the background, you see a small corridor that leads off deeper into the building, where there is the silhouette of an elderly man. Directly in front of you is a large dog that stares you the fuck down.
This is Parsnip.
Parsnip, the Great Dane, is staring you and is not sure if to growl at you or not, but is staring you down. As Randall shows himself from behind you, Parsnip relaxes and sits, eyes still on you.
Parsnip, please. It's fine.
Can I try animal handling a bit too, to just kind of
Yeah,
reach
roll
out
me.
and be like, okay. So I'm gonna do it in a
How
celestial,
many sides are you?
actually, and I'll reach out with in celestial with kind of my hand, to let him smell me, and I'll say, "It's all right."
Okay. Well, you can see that Parsnip at least warms up to you somewhat. From its sitting position, leans forward and sniffs at your hand as you hold it out and kind of lets you pet it if you'd like.
Can I come in? I'm asking the dog.
Atticus responds to this. He says, "Yes, come in, Atticus. Pleased to meet you." And he leads it.
Atticus, these are my adventuring companions.
You're an adventurer now.
Apparently, it didn't
Excellent.
take much.
Oh, that's fantastic news.
And for my first quest, I returned these towels to you.
I am very grateful. He bends over more than he should do with his arms
He's now
out.
stuck. He needs
Yeah.
Oh God! Please give me the
Parsnip.
towels. Please give me the towels. Please.
The towels.
Oh, he stands up. Oh my God! Excellent work, sir. Thank you very much, Master. I will take these away. And he takes them away. He says, "Parsnip, listen to your master." He kind of hobbles away. Parsnip has come to your side.
I'm gonna go pet Parsnip. Oh, I don't even have to go anywhere.
No, Parsnip comes straight to you and kind of sits at your heel. He's doing that that lovely dog thing. Give him level 4 boop. He's doing that lovely thing that you can. There's dogs will sometimes come and sit near you, or they'll sit so near you that they're basically on you. And what Parsnip has done is sat so next to you that like his side is pretty much pressing into your leg. Because
I feel like
he's trying to be close to you.
as a Great
He's
Dane,
big, yeah. He's
and
big.
I'm not particularly tall. Like he could just put like his chin on my shoulder.
If that's what he wanted to do. Every dog thing is a lovely dog thing they do. Correct, but if you ever have, it's that moment where like a dog being near you is nice, but when a dog comes right up next to you and like basically puts themselves on you, then you're like, good dog, lovely dog. Dog loves me too. And he's sat down next to you, and he's just watching Oro and Nurali. You can see that he's kind of now watching Oro with great kind of interest, because Oro is very small compared to
I want to go pet him too.
Okay, do you want to roll an animal handling check?
Oh, I still have my advantage thing on. Ignore that.
Okay, well, you can see it. Like, is there anything that you want to do in particular, or are you just happy to go up and
Yeah, just normal pets.
normal pets? Okay. He responds surprisingly well to you. In your time, you've met some unfriendly animals, but this is he's well trained, and I mean, being of your stature and your race, you have sometimes found that especially specific like guard dogs and stuff have usually been trained to be wary of like kobolds, goblins, whatever. But that kind of melts away quite quickly in your presence.
Art is sick.
I got some of my rations and I give them to him.
He's very grateful. You can see that he stands up, pushes himself into you to try and take the rations from your hand. Your hand is now covered in drool, absolutely drenched. You can see that his tail is wagging on the other end of him that you can barely see over his head.
And after he finished eating, I'll scritch him behind the ears and stuff.
He appreciates it. You can see. Very, very friendly.
Put a dog in front of me. I'm sorry. It's like, okay. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Towels are delivered. Is there anything you want to do whilst you're in the house?
Okay. Did I have a room here already? Was it just like a barracks?
You'd claimed the room. You had one of the beds. There's a larger room with multiple beds in. You took one of those beds, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
If you're watching this on YouTube and you go back and and I said something else, then I apologize.
This is
now
now
all straight is very
canon
difficult.
Yeah, if you guys do you wanna, I can like offer you a bed to sleep in and stuff.
That would be very nice.
I'd lead them to wherever the room is that I decided was bearable to be in.
Sure, it's just on the corridor. It's pretty easy for you to find. I mean, even with your limited knowledge of the layout of this building that belongs to you, but it's relatively easy for you to find. There are plenty of beds in here. Each of you can take whichever you find comfortable. Throw whatever belongings that you have currently on you that you'd like to leave behind. And I mean, looks like each of you have a towel as well. Wow.
See? This is what the towels are for.
Is there anything you would like to do whilst you're in your house?
Yeah, I'd like to go and get changed back into my normal monk clothes, please.
Have to wash them.
No problem.
Oh, we washed them in the river.
Yeah, wash them in the river.
Anyone else?
Are the clothes we washed dry yet?
I mean, you got like prestidigitation and stuff? Nope. They are not dry yet.
I'm going to hang my wet clothes up to dry.
Randall levels up for turning in the towels. Okay.
I'm gonna hang my clothes up to dry and like a kind of like a spot off to the side because I don't really know where to put them. So I'm just kind of like finding a place in the room to like either like hang it up or lay it over or like tie a piece of string. This
is a large area full of beds in the same kind of way that a barracks might be. That they aren't double beds. It's not like a bunk bed or anything. It's still it's an open area. There's plenty of space around each of the beds for you to have your own kind of like area.
Okay.
It's not difficult for you to find somewhere to balance something that needs to dry.
That's all I do, and then I kind of look around.
Yeah, so there's not much. There's like boulders everywhere as well, apparently. So watch out for them. I mean, they're not going to catch you or anything. But...
That's what
Are we
okay.
gonna go and try to find that sword?
Probably should.
Maybe we should rest first.
Yeah, what time is that? Like, is it like evening or
It's, I mean,
afternoon?
when you left the marketplace, it was like pretty much end of business day. Like it's
Okay.
early evening now.
Yeah, maybe we should stay the night and then go and look tomorrow.
What, back down the sewer, or are we going to that Sanctuary of Bones place up north?
Well, if that's where all the tunnels lead, and somebody were stealing things and going through the tunnels, that's probably where it would be. But we don't know how to get there, do we?
Did the lady not?
She pointed pretty much directly at it. Yeah, it's just a big old cave in the north.
Could we see it
If
like
you look
on the way
the-
up here?
If I bring you back to the map, she pointed directly at. Oh, why am I brown?
Ran.
There. What happened with that?
Cool.
That is the Sanctuary of Bones.
Don't drag me, bro.
Don't drag me, bro.
Drag me, bro.
Um,
Oh,
if we could see it like as we're, because I assume this goes uphill here, like the little road up to the mansion.
Yeah.
If we could see the entrance, can I like point it out on the way up?
Well, hopefully, as you can see from the map, there are plenty of trees between you and the Sanctuary of Bones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Going up. 'Cause as
Oh,
you
onto
go-
one of the turrets or something. So
no,
you
like
have
on our way there.
like when we
oh,
were
on our way there. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
as
yeah.
you're going up the road.
Yeah, you can point it out. Yeah.
It's a Sanctuary of Bones. It's like a local tour guide. That's the only thing I know.
Wow.
I personally wouldn't be down for somewhere called the Sanctuary of Bones unless someone bought me a drink first. It's a
We
dark
can check
cave.
there in the morning then.
Yep.
Seems like a better idea than wandering through tunnels of, well.
Yeah.
By the way, is there a place to take a bath?
Probably. I've not really explored.
Is
I'll-
Parsnip still with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Parsnip, is there a bathroom?
He, I mean, animal handling me.
Okay. I don't actually expect him to necessarily know, but I thought maybe if he's super trained, he might know where to take people places. I don't know. 9. Oh, you know what? You know what?
Yeah.
No. As I say
Okay.
this, I look at him and I realize it's kind of a silly question. And so I think I really hope that this works. And I'm going to use my favored by the gods trait that I can use once per day.
Okay. Is this right before I go to sleep and have a long
It
rest?
is. So that's 17 now because
Oh
there
my
are 2
God.
floors.
Okay. Well,
So like my hair blows in the breeze a little bit, and I'm like, "Is there a bathroom?"
you guys notice this, that she's turned to this dog and asked a question, and as she does so,
Sudden wind.
does anyone have any comments on what's just happened?
What are you doing to my dog?
You flirting with a dog?
Asking him a question, I thought he might know where it would be.
Turnip, sorry,
Parsnip.
parsnip.
Who's
Parsnip.
Turnip?
This blame
Is it
blame
Turnip?
Rod
Yourself.
Librarian. She said it in chat. She said turnip in chat. I was like, fuck, that's in my head now. It's up and walks out of the room, kind of waiting for you to follow with determination.
I look back at them and I'm like, "See?" And I just goes to follow after him with my backpack and all my stuff.
He walks up to the front door that you came in and starts pawing at the door.
Open it.
You open it, and following him, he takes you through the gardens, and you can see that there is a small, like a little house that's kind of set aside, and he takes you behind there to some bushes, and he claws at the ground a little bit, and then you turn around and you see that he's using it as a restroom.
That makes sense. Good boy, Parsnip. Good boy.
that
That's
makes
the best
sense.
possible outcome.
Oh, yeah. It's a very well fertilized bush of berries.
Good boy, Parsnip. And I give him some more like dry meat from my rations.
He waggles his tail.
All right, let's go back inside.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do today before we prepare for tomorrow's adventures?
I want to try and talk to Atticus.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's
I can find
easy
him.
to find for you. He's
Okay.
he's always vaguely like he's doing something
He's
very
always
clever,
there
which
in the
is
background.
no, he's doing something very clever. He's seeming busy in your
Yeah.
general vicinity, so that he's available to you. He's if you were to, I mean, this is a kind of a meta, out of character sort of thing. If you were to actually like spend any time observing him, you realize he's like, you know, cleaning the same place over and over again, that kind of thing. Like he's seeming busy so that it doesn't make you uneasy that he's in the area. He's just there to he's there to help you if need be. But he doesn't want to stand lurking in corridors and stuff.
Just stood there like.
No, Master, is there anything I can help you with?
Does the Sanctuary of Bones mean anything to you?
Yes. The village has its Sanctuary of Bones, yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Give me an investigation roll. DM Tom is taking a new spin on investigation rolls this game.
Every day would be
Wish I could
rolling.
move my eyebrows as fast as you can. Way too much
So
thought.
it's okay to be jealous. Oh, sorry, I was just joking. Okay, so he's. Sorry, what was the question? What was the question?
What is it? What is the Sanctuary of Bones? What's the deal?
Oh, well. You can see him kind of like phase out a little bit, like he's struggling really hard to remember something. And he says, "It is a sanctuary of bones."
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Master. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes, I don't know how to ask this question, so I'm just gonna ask it. What's your relation to Caspian?
Well, he was my master. I was adopted into the family as many of the house servants in the past had been.
Let's see. That would explain it. Thank you.
Explain what?
Oh, that you share a family name with Caspian.
Yes, no. I realize that is quite uncommon, but it is something that the house servants were given the surname as a way to enable us to take advantage of the surname. For many years, the Caspian Kinshire name was well renowned.
I see. And one last thing for the evening. I found this, and I pull out the no, not the amulet, the thing that
Talisman,
I found.
yeah.
The talisman.
And he,
What is that?
gracious! That is our crest.
I recognized it too.
Well, this. Where did you find it?
I found it underground, under the town.
This was left behind by Caspian. It was in my duty of care. It was in a part of the house that is now inaccessible. I did not realize that we had lost it.
Yeah. Perhaps this is part of a larger problem.
I'm glad to see it in the possession of a Kinshire once again, or at least related to the Kinshire. You should keep a hold of it.
I will, thank you.
Is there anything else, Master?
No, that will be it for this evening.
Very well. He goes back to vaguely doing things in the area that you're around.
I get more and more annoyed at it. Just like, just leave. Put your feet up.
Very well. Well, with that, you have a restful night's sleep in your new home. It is peaceful. And one moment in the night, you feel an uncomfortable chill, and you realize that it's simply because there are holes in the ceiling. But apart from that, you are all at ease. Neurally, you have a dream that you find somewhat unsettling. Oro tunes to the femur bone. That's such a weird way to say that you're masturbating, but I mean, whatever, dude. Katie, no.
Oh no.
I know you've killed it.
I'm fine, go.
You have a dream that unsettles you. You dream of Nesmith, and you dream that it's like kind of like a cutout, like someone's made a map of Nesmith in the same way they might make kind of like a miniature version of the town, of the village, in wood. And for a moment, you find yourself, zooming closer and closer in until you find that there are holes that look like they've been eaten away. It looks like, some kind of insect or whatever has got to the wood and started gnawing away at it. There are pockets of emptiness in and around the village. One of them is not directly, but underneath the village where you expect the sewers would be. There is quite a large one directly inside the manor. Those are the two that get your attention, though you do notice in a kind of a weird dream sense that there are others. Those are the ones, when you're in a dream, you're aware of things, but you're not necessarily focusing on the principle of it.
And so the one is kind of where we were before, and the other one is in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Do I see the insects burrowing, or does it just look like
they're pockets of what
Okay.
looks like, so it looks like there is a diorama made of the village, and that there are, it's made out of solid wood apart from certain areas where there are holes, as if like termites have bitten away at them.
That was more descriptive than there are actually bugs in there. Gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha.
No, I that's what I was trying to explain before.
I
There
just
aren't
wanted to
actual-
make sure.
To clarify, there aren't actual bug bites. Like, there aren't any actual bugs. It's just as if termites had got to something and gnawed something away.
And is that's basically all I dream until I wake up?
I mean, it's transient, like all dreams are.
But that's the one that sticks out to me.
Yes.
Okay. Noted. I'm gonna make some notes really quick.
Sure. The rest of you wake up with usual dreams if your character has dreams. Why don't we very briefly tell me whether or not you have dreams very frequently? Does your character have a lot of dreams?
I dream a lot. Mm-hmm.
No? Randall doesn't dream a lot. Does Oro?
Probably.
Carry on.
Oh, I probably would have had more dreams now, because normally, he lives quite a set life, but lots of things have changed recently. So he probably had a weird dream with dogs and people dying and big things of jelly and
Okay. How about Oro? Does Oro dream?
I don't think she does.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, that's a good answer because I was going to ask if you did say that you had dreams to come up with some random dream nonsense.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought you might do, and I was like, I really don't have the energy to think about my dreams.
Good dodge, good dodge. Okay, well, the rest of you wake up in the morning feeling rested.
Was there a specific place in the manor that the hole
No.
looked like it was at? It was just kind of generally in that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, dreams being dreams, it's a very blurry sense more than a
Yeah.
specific.
That's fine. So do you say I don't wake up feeling rested, or that we all
you're
wake up
rested,
feeling
yeah.
rested?
Everyone's
Okay.
rested, yeah.
Who wakes up first?
roll for initiative.
Sure.
Oro wakes up first.
Oh.
She's sorry, Randall wakes up first because Randall is used to living in a monastery where he had to get up to crack of dawn.
Yep. Up with the sun.
Then it's Oro, then it's Neurali.
Morning. Aura's very cheery in the morning. It's like annoying cheery. How did you guys sleep?
Had a
Good?
weird dream.
Weird dream?
I was being licked by a dog, but it was made of slime
Ugh.
and goop.
I'm so sorry.
That feels pretty straightforward. Like, he said it was a weird dream, and she's like, that's not weird. You know, we were almost hunted down by ooze thingy.
I don't normally have any dreams.
You don't dream?
No.
I also don't dream. Unless I can be bothered to dream, and otherwise I don't dream.
I dream all the time.
What's it called when you can control your dreams? What's that called?
Lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming. Let's say that Oro has lucid dreaming.
Sure.
And she
most of the
dreams
time she's
blackness.
just like, nope.
Yeah, most times she can't be bothered. She doesn't have the energy.
I dream a lot. Sometimes my dreams tell me things.
Did you dream last night? I haven't.
Well, there was a lot. I think the most notable thing was that I basically saw this town, and there was damage to it in different places, but it was hard to make out a lot of it. But I was able to see almost like a burrow near where we were before in the underground area, and then one here.
A burrow here.
Or like something leading underground, perhaps.
So I was speaking to Atticus. I keep forgetting his name.
Atticus, yeah.
And you know the talisman we found in the sewer or tunnel or whatever it was. He said that he was left in charge of that, and it was in the house, but in one of the blocked off areas.
Perhaps there's a way in that blocked off area to get underground.
You guys are smart. Oro says that under it, man. It's not just me. It's a true statement in both halves, but...
I wish my dreams told me things.
Did she say it so quietly we wouldn't be able to hear it normally?
No, she said it quiet, but not that quietly.
Okay. I think I'm not particularly smart myself, but when my dreams tell me things, I've learned to follow them.
That's pretty cool.
I don't think my dream told me anything.
You never know.
Slime dog.
Like
Slime
my
dog
rations,
incoming.
and I start eating.
And there were towels just falling all around me. So I couldn't catch any of them.
Oh god, it's terrible. Jeez.
That's a true nightmare. What quality level are we talking about with the towels? Were they like good towels?
They were like all different ones, and I was trying to grab the good towels. But every time I went to grab a good towel, like a little rag would flutter in. Oh,
Fucking rags, man. Honestly.
It's gonna take you weeks to recover from that.
I
Jeez.
know.
Sorry.
Okie dokie.
Did you find out where the bathroom is when you went and talked to him?
Nope. I will ask next time I see him. I assume that you're.
The door opens. Hello.
Atticus.
Oh, how convenient that you need me right this moment.
Please tell me you didn't sleep outside that door.
What are you talking about? That would be insane.
Mm-hmm. Where's the bathroom?
Also very uncomfortable.
That would be very uncomfortable.
I
yes.
assume that this means Parsnip did not successfully bring you to the bathroom.
Oh, he brought me to his bathroom.
Ah.
Oh, that's smart.
There is a room down the hall, and he leads each of you to show you that there is a room specifically dedicated for where you can do
Human.
lavatory business.
It says on the door.
It's a very long title.
Specific room for lavatory business.
It's just actually a meeting room. It's just like a round table.
Now, because we are hitting about the halfway mark, sorry, Anne, let's all have a bio break.
Okay.
Go and do your lavatory business.
Lavatory business time,
Lavatory
everybody!
It's
And in the meantime, say
business.
goodbye to
Life business time.
say bye to our librarian because she's off. Bye.
Bye, librarian.
Right, but for the rest of you, we're not going. We're just going to the toilet.
And
That's
then
what
we'll
we're doing.
Oh my
We're
God.
going to the toilet.
lavatory
Oh, sorry,
business.
the restroom. We're going to the restroom.
The bathroom.
The bathroom.
Bathroom.
We're going to the bathroom.
Specifically, I wanted a bathroom because I would like to take a bath.
Oh. Oh, I see. Oh,
Rarely.
in the game, I thought.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
I mean,
right
that's
now.
not a good time. That's not a good time. We're in the
I'll
middle
be
of the
quick
game.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, bio
Okay,
break.
bye.
The blurb.
Go, 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 go. Just leave Anne here on her own. Poor girl. Oh. Am I alone now? There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Who went? Now the camera's all buggered.
Oh, Anna turned off. I think Anne turned her thing off.
God damn it!
Oh no, Anne! Anne, come back! Oh, I'm the special guest now.
Look at that neck.
Look at that neck. I'm the special guest. I'm so special.
None of them work now. Oh, it's
Special
for now.
guest. Special guest.
I'm not gonna change
now-
it. Everyone, you're
now I'm gonna
Katie
leave.
now. I'm not changing it around. 2 seconds.
You're special, all right, Tom. I was going to say, Fuel, I meant to send you a postcard whilst I was in America, but I forgot to get a postcard from the postcard shop.
Wait, isn't there a setting in Zoom where you can have people's things to?
Katie, you look so handsome. Sis. Sis.
Where do I get for that?
We forgot. We had a lot on. Okay, we had a lot on. Oh, do you guys want to see the dice that Katie gave me whilst I was in America? They're pretty. They're very hard to see on the camera. First, we have these beautiful dice that are like a marbled blue with a gold inlay, which I think are beautiful. And then these, which are like a silver gunmetal grey with blue marbling, which I think are very cool. Purdy, thanks. Tom has more than one pair of dice. Correct. Welcome back, Anne.
Hi.
I also have my usual my old dice, which are just kind of gross and boring. Right. It's very depressing. Are they made out of spagoot? Spagooty. It's my very real belief that every DM needs a set of red dice that is the blood of all the fallen NPCs and PZs.
No.
That'd be a very big set of dice.
Tom has more than one pair of dice now. Did I miss
I was
your
just showing them off.
explanation of that?
Yeah, I was just showing them off.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. They're gorgeous. Haven't had to roll any dice yet.
As I say, feel free to roll in person. And you want to do secret rolls, so you can use your dice.
Oh, I can use secret
Also,
rolls.
conveniently, the boxes that they come in are really great shot glasses. Amber and I might have done that at Gen Con.
It's like that might need an explanation.
We had whiskey and we had bourbon, but we had nothing from which to take shots.
Tom's red dice would be fueled by dwarves and horses. I never killed a single horse.
There were no horses harmed in the making of Helm's Deep allegory battle at Gesh.
Not a single one.
Not a single one. In fact, I specified that that spell of mine didn't impact any horses. And Tom went along with it. I cast it.
There is no
5 feet off
farm
the
in the
ground.
north.
The farm in the north.
Oh no, I've rolled a bunch of this. Oh no.
Oh, they rolled terribly, eh?
Oh no!
You guys see
Literally, I
why?
haven't rolled over a single. I just got 11 and I rolled it 10 times. That's the first thing above 10 I got. Everything else was 7s and 4s.
I touched the die.
Oh, see, I got a crit.
Did you really?
These are the dice. These are the dice that when we did the one shot at your house, I got like 4 crits on.
You know what it is? It's because you're supposed to stay here.
It was Texas that was giving me the power. Right, and we're back. Hope everyone had a good bio break. And now we return to no, it was terrible.
Never speak of it again.
Dox's face. I don't want to talk about it. Blood everywhere.
Business hours are over, baby.
It was a bad day at work.
I saw things that cannot be unseen. It was a bad day at work. We are now able to continue with the story. What would you like to do, team?
I would like to take an out of character or an out of live RP, just like wash up, get ready for the day, come out with freshly braided and maybe slightly wet hair. Change into the freshly washed clothes. The ones I was wearing are now wet because I've washed them.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for the day. Brush my teeth.
What was Randall's day, like morning ritual?
Not much.
Okay, cool. How about Oro?
She wasn't gonna do anything, but
backflips?
then she saw Neurali get all like nice and dressed up, and I was like, oh, I guess I should probably clean myself. She puts the same clothes back on, but she's like, oh,
She
guess
like
my hair's
licks herself
clean.
clean.
Yeah.
She just goes to find the dog, and the dog just licks her clean. There you go. Now I'm gonna forever accidentally call it turnip. God damn it,
Yeah.
parsnip.
Let's introduce
Although
the second dog.
it is a reference to Casey. I snuck that in for Casey. I don't know if he's still there, but it's a Casey reference. So what is it that the team wants to do? Please, RP between yourselves. What is your plan for today?
I would like to get a second dog and name it Turnip.
Me too.
I come back in, bathed, and I'm like, let's hope we don't run into any more of what we ran into before.
Agreed.
That would be good.
Do you want to go to that northern place, the Bones Sanctuary of that?
It seems like a good place to start. Again,
That's good.
Or we could try to find whatever access point there might be to here. Did he say
Right.
why it's inaccessible?
the giant boulders that are everywhere and general collapsing. I think.
Okay, that's fair.
We'll do it.
Maybe we walk right in the front door instead.
Let's go north then.
So you're going to the Sanctuary of Bones.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Well, bright and early in the morning, you stroll to the northern part of the town. You see you're up just in time to catch Angie as she's taking her walk to the market. You see her and she gives you a wave.
Range.
Tail's good, eh?
She always has one behind her neck just to do that with.
They're very well made.
I know. And to the Sanctuary of Bones you go. What you find is the Sanctuary of Bones is a cave, if that wasn't already clear. The Sanctuary of Bones is a massive structure in the wall to the north of the town. Are we currently on there? Yes, we are. We're currently on that town. As you enter, you find that the name is quite literal. Lining every single inch of the wall are bones. It's hard to tell just how thick it is, but it is like a catacomb, basically, or some kind of shrine. It is a perfectly normal cave as you enter it, and then a couple steps in, it opens up into a much larger area that is, the floor is dirt and stone, but the walls and the ceiling are covered in skeletal remains. For the most part, they are skulls rather than anything else, but they are interspersed with spines and rib cages and whatnot, and they are planted inside the walls. You find that there are several sticks for torches to be put in, and braziers and the like, and it seems to be quite a it's a place of reverence more than anything else. Nobody is here, but it is a large room. The far end of the cave, this being quite a significant opening, you see a small darkening and a door.
What kind of door?
The door has a face on it. It is, in fact, mostly face. You see that it has a very stern-looking, kind of mostly neutral, gendered and raced, just face on the front of it. Its eyes are closed, as are its mouth.
Dark Brotherhood vibes. I lean over to Randall and I'm like, did he say anything about a door?
Nope. No one said anything about a door. Or a face door, which you'd have thought they'd have brought up.
It is a bit weird. Is there like a dais or anything in here? Altar?
Nope.
Podium? Nope. Okay. I guess we should open the door.
What was that, Jenny? Just noticing the reluctance in that
Yeah,
sentence.
like, we should open the door. I don't want to. Well, that's all we can do.
There's an obvious handle on it.
There is no handle.
I feel like this door is going to talk to us. It's got a face.
God, I didn't even think that.
Hello, door.
As you approach the door, again noticing that there is no handle, and say, "Hello, door," you see its eyes open and its mouth animate. Oi, door!
Oi, mate.
Open up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oi,
His eyes
bud,
open and
open up.
animates, looking specifically at Randall. It says, "Hello, what seems to be the problem?"
The door is shut.
Yes?
We'd like to go in the door.
What seems to be the problem?
Things are being stolen.
From the town? Nesmith is under attack? By thieves?
Yes.
And you require sanctuary?
Oh, I see what's going on here.
What seems to be the problem?
What is this place?
This is the Sanctuary of Bones.
Is this a safe haven if the town ever were to be under attack?
Yes. It is the Sanctuary of Bones.
Why is it called the Sanctuary of Bones?
It blinks very slowly and then looks around the room. What seems to be the problem?
A sword was
Hey,
stolen.
talking door, play Careless Whisper.
Sassy door. I like sassy door. Something was stolen from the town, and we think it might be inside.
Insufficient
something-
reason.
Also, something was stolen from the manor, and we think that somebody might have found a way to get into the manor from inside.
Insufficient reason.
I think it has to be you, Randall. By the way, when it started talking or when it opened its eyes, I literally jumped behind Randall and was like, talking from over his shoulder and then crouched back down.
I don't know if it has to be me or whether we need to go above its threshold.
Maybe tell him about the ooze things. It ate someone.
Stage strike 3. You will now be made into more bones.
Whoa.
What seems to be the problem?
There are cubes of gelatinous material killing people in the tunnels surrounding and underneath Nesmith.
Insufficient.
Oh.
We might have to try to access a portion of the manor we can't get into.
Its eyes and mouth close.
Oh, I have more questions.
Oh no.
Hey,
Just
door.
wait.
It animates. What seems to be the problem?
When was the last time someone used you?
What seems to be the problem?
Damn it. Is anyone in there?
What seems to be the problem?
Okay, fine. Stupid door.
It's just good to know if anything terrible ever happens that we'll have somewhere to go.
Assuming it's a sufficient reason.
Well, I think if something terrible happens, we'll have a sufficient reason. You seem to be the problem, you rude ass door. Tess. I'm going to turn around and start walking out. But I want to look around at these bones and see if there's any writing or anything around.
Give me an investigation check. You do not find any writing in the room that stands out to you.
But there is writing.
It looks like there may have been writing at some point.
I use mending. To try to fix it like I did the sign.
It does not work.
Heck.
I'd like to use an investigation check to find the special guest.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Anne's just sitting there looking pretty.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
just here
yeah.
for that. The special guest is a treat for you guys to have Anne to look at.
Oh,
Should we ask Atticus how to get into the part of the manor, or where it's at, so we can try to find a way to get into the part of manor he thinks is inaccessible?
I think so.
He's very nice, but he's quite old, so maybe one of us can get in where he can't. I didn't mean that in like a bad way, though. Anyway, let's go.
DM speed up. We are now in front of Atticus.
Mhm.
Randall just blinks. Whoa!
I just passed. I just like blacked out there. The door really sent me into tears. The
Is there anything I can do to help you?
the talisman I showed you that
Yes.
you said was for in the house.
Yes.
Where in the house did you think it was?
Well, it was in the depths of the house. It was in one of his studies, I believe, in Caspian studies.
Is it possible for us to make our way there?
Boulders.
I'm aware of the boulders, Atticus. Perhaps if we access it from the outside?
Boulders.
Boulders on the
We
outside.
could try to clear the area.
I am old, but I could access things that were accessible if they were. I have a dog. Or rather, sorry, you have a dog. There is a dog. No one owns the dog.
He's his own woofer.
Own woofer could access, but is unable to because of the boulders.
Even if we, say, went through a window from the outside.
The windows, I'm afraid, are very small.
Boulders. Okay.
Not boulders, but very small. And
What if we moved the boulder?
they are barred.
The boulders
Boulders
are
have
barred.
bars in them.
The windows are barred.
Oh, I see. Why don't you just show us one of the ways to get there, and we'll see if we can't figure something creative
He
out.
points to the door on the left as you enter. I've said enough of your boulder bullshit, Atticus. The boulders are barred into place. And if you go through that door, you can see that there is a massive boulder that has literally caved in the wall and is covering the entirety of the hallway. It is the way that you entered the room that has your beds in it. So if we bring ourselves back to, you know what, I could just take you to the map. I think it's prepared. I did try to prepare it. So we'll see. Is everyone seeing the manor? Okay, so here is the entry hall. Here are the stairs. Here is the dedicated lavatory business room.
With the classic laboratory business bed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did not make the map and therefore cannot decide on what is in each of the rooms visually, but it's okay. Here we have food storage. Here we have a kitchen. Here we have your sleeping area. Here is a dining room. Here are some kegs, which is where the beverages are kept. Here is Atticus's house. Like I said, here are the
business room.
the beverage business room. And here are some of the turrets that you have lining your house. There is also a graveyard on the back that I once I think I told
stairs.
you the first. I think I might have told you the first time that you can't access it because of the the fence.
Yes.
But as you can see, there are boulders here and here. And unfortunately, if you went to the next floor by going up the stairs, you would find that 2 other hallways are also bouldered off.
Wouldn't find that.
Do you happen to have any pickaxes, Atticus?
No, I look after a house. I'm not a miner.
Well, a house might need something like that. We could probably.
You
go
are
get them
very
from
young
town.
and naive. I appreciate that about you, but no, I do not have a pickaxe.
Boulder Dash.
Boulder Dash.
How are the walls like constructed? What do they look like? Are they just like brick?
Yes, they are stone bricks.
It might be easier just to knock a new doorway in than to actually break one of the boulders.
Doing some renovation.
Perhaps we should go get some tools and try to break up one of them enough that we can make it by.
Do you have the money for tools?
Oh, I have
I
some money.
can't- Yeah, I can't imagine they'd be that expensive. People use them every day.
Not many people have boulders in their houses.
No, they don't. That's true. Most people keep the boulders outside.
Hmm.
Yes.
For
Boulders
obvious
are
reasons.
undesirable.
It clearly doesn't work as a architectural design.
Believe it or not, young Randall, these were not originally here.
Cool.
As far as I can remember. I am getting old. All mining equipment has been marked up to. How much gold do you have? That plus one.
An amount that you cannot buy. Did we see anything like pickaxes when we were in the general shop that the sisters had?
Nope.
Because it was more adventuring stuff. What about in the market? Were there any?
Nope.
Was there anything like that?
Mining equipment, believe it or not, is quite specialist. And they're not the kind of things that you just find, unless it's a specialist shop dedicated to it. It's not something you just find.
Skyrim led me
Unfortunately,
to
there
believe
is none.
that pickaxes just litter the earth.
Skyrim led you wrong. I want direction to where special guest is.
There's too many options. I can't decipher which one is the one I'm supposed to go with.
I have a feeling that it's not the door or the boulders. I have a feeling our only option is to go back and trek through the shit. I have a feeling. Katie has a feeling.
Well, it's not the only option.
See, I can't deal with the mind games. I don't fucking know. I'm never gonna know.
To be fair, I wasn't expecting you to turn around in the sewer and go back up. That was not in my plan.
That's what
There have been a lot of things in this session alone that I have not prepared for.
Like talking to a door.
Like when you're like,
Or...
this whole thing could be done in 20 minutes. I never know.
Yeah, no,
We haven't even started it yet. We
Yep,
don't even know
nope.
what it is.
I had loads of stuff planned for this session, but we might not see it for a couple of months now. Who knows? But that's not a bad thing. That's just how D&D works, and it just means we have more D&D. It means that all my good ideas add up and give me extra time to come up with even better ideas.
Unless we all die before we get to them.
Unless you all die before you get to them, yes. That would be really inconvenient. Please don't do that.
How dark's great. Jeez.
Anne is doing an incredible job of not being supremely pissed off about the fact that we haven't found her yet. But
Oh, you just wait.
This is why I don't prepare anything. Then we get to meet all three characters twins. So after all this, I'm just going to, as we're standing there, like talking to Atticus, just like wander away and kind of like just scratch the dog behind the ear and kind of sit down and listen to them talk. And then I'm going to say, I think we're going to have to go back down.
Shit.
Literally. I go and change into my less favorite robe, and I'm leaving my cloak here.
Can we ask Atticus if there's any like boating gear that might be around the house? Like any?
Conveniently, we have a small raft that you could use to keep yourself out of poo.
How many big wellies?
It's poo resistant.
Yes. Hallelujah! This is the path we're supposed to go down.
Give me an investigation check.
Can I help and give her advantage?
Yes.
I think that's really great. Well,
Well, still mostly okay.
You find, weirdly enough, a family's worth of the exact number that you need of waders.
Sick.
That you can, for those of you who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and for the sake of me clarifying, they are things that you can wear that are essentially dungarees that repel water or shit. People usually use them when fishing so that they can wade into shallow water and fish from deeper in. You find exactly the number that you need in the exact sizes that you need them in.
Yay!
Excellent investigation check. It just happens to be in one of the various piles of shit in this house.
Do we find
That
any
was-
clothes pegs that could be used for noses?
No, sadly not.
Oh.
Well,
Right, well, get split up,
Got a
right?
crit fail on my waders investigation check.
I'll like roll
Only
up
found
my
ones with holes
long
in.
sleeves and kind of like wrap them around my arms so they don't trail into it and kind of fit myself into them.
Excellent,
Mhm.
excellent, excellent.
But I'll wait
We
to do
have-
that until we get there, I guess.
Are
Actually.
we happy with our waders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with your waders apart from put them on?
I think I'll actually wait to put it on until we get back down there.
Okay. You'd like to take them where?
To sewer.
Okay, we're going to the sewers.
Bleh.
I think we should try and push the boulders with the waders on now.
I do love that.
Can I
Tom
use the waders to?
anticipated- I do love that Tom anticipated we would willingly, first choice, walk back down into chest high shit.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. This is one of the downfalls of being a DM is that you can never read the minds of your players.
Love you.
So am I right in saying that we're going back to the sewers?
Yes, we're
Mhm.
going back, and I'm going to change into my waders when I get there.
Okay. Would you like me to maybe skip ahead slightly
yes.
to
Yes,
the
please.
sewers?
Mhm.
Everyone happy with that?
I know this is about the journey, but I feel like we know what that journey is going to be like. so
I
we can
feel
just
like the
get to
journey's
the-
essentially just going to be Angie might wave at you again, and
you
the
didn't say that. I
barkeep's
wanna-
going to give you some
I wanna-
sass.
I wanna
Yeah,
do
we're
the thing.
fast traveling down
wait,
to the
no,
point
we-
where we
we
left
doing that, or are we
Kawaii's
going-
body.
Are we going down? Are we skipping the barkeep bit and going down the other way?
We're going down. There's only one way that we know.
I thought
how
there
to
was
get in.
another way.
We
Didn't
couldn't
come out
find
a
the
different
grate.
way? Oh, we can.
Oh wait, no wait, we did find the grate. It was under a bush. And
Oh,
we
it
had to
was
dig
under
it
a tree.
up. So we could go down that way too.
And then we can avoid the annoying barkeep.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We'll go
Yes.
down that way.
Okay. Well, with that, we are in the sewers.
You could fast travel to anyone that you've met that's died and had a name. Fast travel to Kauai.
Yeah. As you arrive, you see in the darkness,
Darkness.
you
Oh,
see
heat, light. I'm gonna light your thing. Whatever you wanted to be lit that you needed to see, Randall. You're like
Oh,
quarterstaff, or that
Yeah,
that was too
this-
big last time. We did like your fingertip, like ET style.
just the quarterstaff. Fine.
Quarterstaff. Okay. Boop. Light.
okay. The end of this. Well, where did you leave Kauai?
By the shit tunnel.
Yeah.
By the
like
shit tunnel. Okay. And you left her there in a rat-infested sewer overnight.
Mhm.
Okay, she is. Let's put this politely. Gone. She's no longer with us. No longer with us.
Mhm.
Her no longer with us form is no longer with us.
Gotcha.
Rat's
Problem
got her.
solved.
Problem solved.
Anyway, to the south of you is the very familiar deep shit.
Yay.
It is somewhat settled now, and it is now only maybe 3 feet deep.
Oh, thank
As a-
fuck.
as
Thank fuck. I was like, oh, I'm still, I think, going to be on this last lap.
a-
You've actually got normal sized waders with sticks in it, so it's actually...
What would you like to do, party?
Wade through the shit, Tom.
Okay.
Waders on.
Put the waders on and wade through the shit.
Okay, I'm going to move you as we wade you through the shit. Wading through the shit. We're moving around a bit. Going to the corner. That's where the gelatinous cube was.
Dun, dun.
I'm moving you. There we go. Okay. Some of you are still at an angle. Everyone but Oro. There you go. Excellent. Okay. Well, directly in front of you is a left and a right.
Oh, I've still brought the the wooden plank with us, just for safety.
Okay.
For good measure.
Sure.
Yeah.
No worries. No worries. Wooden plank is with you. Amazing. Looking in the direction of the tunnel, you have a left and a right directly in front of you. This is still deep sewer territory, but you have a good feeling.
It smells so bad.
As you recall correctly, there was a slight breeze coming from this direction of the tunnel.
Ah, yes, I remember it smelled slightly less bad this way.
Yes, you believe that is coming from the south.
To the left, to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our hope and dreams in a tunnel to the left.
Okay, I'm going to shuffle you forward because here you notice something.
Things.
You notice something very, very, very profound in the periphery of your vision. You see that there is some writing scribbled into the wall here. It appears to be in common.
Where is it?
What did
Over
say?
here?
Here,
Oh, up
to
here.
the north.
What them words be, yo?
Would you like to investigate?
Yep.
Okie dokie. I would just like to change something. Just gonna move that there. Right. Is everyone investigating, or are we leaving Randall?
Oh, I can
Oh,
investigate.
no,
too.
we'll go with him.
Yeah.
Let's all go and
I'll
investigate.
go with him, I should say.
Let's all invest to die together.
Invest to die. The writing here has
Is the writing on the wall?
faded somewhat, much like the writing that you've previously seen in other locations. She uses mending. Doing so allows you to read it very clearly. And what it says is
Sewer.
Harlow. It says Harlow, rest in peace. 1410 DR.
What's
year is
that
it
in relation
currently?
to now? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I gave this to you on the first session, but I had forgotten it in the top of my head.
Okay, then I'll look.
1485 DR is the current year.
And what was the one written on the wall?
1410.
Harlow,
Yes.
some people have just bust up in your crib. Yo.
Oh my. Ah.
You have been at rest for some time now, kind of trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life. It's been a tough one. You are in a pitch black corridor all the time. And since you woke up, it's just been pitch black all the time. It's been very strange. But now you've heard shimmying coming down the tunnel, and you now see a light. And directly in front of you are three weirdly shaped individuals, silhouettes, that are reading the wall. They are not looking in your direction.
Oh. Well. Caspian, is that you? Comrades.
Hmm?
Have you guys
Here we
finally
are.
found me?
In the tunnel directly behind you as you turn, you see this individual. Would you like to describe yourself?
Her low is I mean, she's like mid-20s, long black hair. If you can see ghost hair, or she's she wears red and white, and she's just very happy that her friends have found her.
To make it clear, as I think Anna did an incredibly good job of explaining, this is a ghost. Standing in front of you is someone who is transparent. You can see absolutely all the way through her to the grating in the wall behind her, where you can see that some water is trickling through. On the ground below her, you can see her skeletal remains, or what you assume are her skeletal remains. That's the best response. Please tell me that was in character.
Lean over to Randy and I'm like, friend of yours?
I don't know any ghosts.
I would like to approach them.
Uh-huh.
I would like to approach them, my comrades here. What took you guys so long? I feel like I've been here for ages, just waiting. Where have you guys been?
Do we look familiar to you?
Barf, did you hit your head on the way down here to find me? It's Harlow.
Who are you?
Harlow, and you are Barf?
No, I mean I have a few in my life, but no. I'm Aro.
You did hit your head. It's okay. Let's
think I hit
all
my
sit down
head.
and figure this out.
This individual is very wise.
How did you get here?
You brought me here. We all came down here. How did you get here?
Through the tunnel.
Well, I think the last thing I remembered was getting hit. And I just woke up. And here you guys are.
What hit you?
Oh, I didn't see, but I feel like shit.
You've been in a lot of it for quite some time.
Has Randall ever
Elbow
said
Oro.
Oh, sorry.
has Randall said the word Caspian out loud to us ever? Like the name? I think he's talked about like his manor and he's shown us the crest, but I don't think we've heard him talk about Caspian.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was just
If you
about
give
it.
me a history check. Okay. You do not remember
Nope.
that Atticus has mentioned that name,
Okay.
but you don't remember it.
Mhm.
Just to clarify.
Well, I think every time he's done it, I haven't been around.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah. So I know they've talked about it, but I think every single time Randall has been alone with Atticus.
Mm.
And I'm like, well.
Harlow would like to reach out towards Caspian and try and just shake him awake.
Okay. Well, I mean, despite being a ghost, and to clarify, you don't think that you're a ghost, you can interact with. And this is how ghosts can attack people. You can at least somewhat interact with him, so you can give him a good old shake.
And I shake him.
Who gets shooketh?
Caspian.
Randall.
Who do we
Which
see
I
get
think-
shooketh? Okay.
Do I get shook?
Mhm. You feel a very bracing, unnatural cold fill you, and it feels very uncomfortable. But it doesn't feel like you're not suffering for it. You're not taking any damage.
I'm not Caspian.
Did you hit your head too? You guys don't remember?
Gonna point at the skeleton behind her. and say, "Does that look familiar to you?"
Does Harlow see this?
Harlow sees the skeleton, but Harlow does not in any circumstances believe that that is Harlow.
Doesn't have her clothes
Um,
on or anything.
Nope. In fact, it is an absolute skeleton. It is stripped
Okay.
of all possessions.
It looks like, I don't know, a pile of bones.
Point at the wall.
Yeah.
Be like,
Or just do.
"Can you see that?"
You can
Can
read on the
Harlow-
wall. It says Harlow, rest in peace. 1410 DR.
Who wrote that on the wall?
You jokesters.
What are you guys doing? Like, come on, let's get on this adventure so we can leave.
What did you come down here for?
I think Harlow has been there for so long that she doesn't remember
That's
why she
fair.
was down there.
That's fair. Whoa.
Does anybody have any idea? I mean, the last thing I remember was meeting you guys and going off on our very first adventure.
You can do a history check if you'd like.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with roll.
So
20.
on roll 20, you can go to your character sheet
Okay,
if you know how to do that.
I do.
And you can scroll down the left-hand side. You see the big old list of skills, and you can click on the word history, and it will go into chat for you. There you go. So by default, it rolls advantage, which you can toggle off, which I think is what Katie was trying to tell you about earlier. But it's fine. We can just take the first number. It's really, really difficult for you to remember. It's on the like the kind of fringe of your mind. You feel like you came down here, it was your first adventure, and someone had hired you to kind of kill some things here, maybe? You were just so excited to get out there. And you weren't the leader of your adventuring group. You were kind of just doing as you were told. You were just excited.
Who's the leader?
So Caspian was the leader.
Okay. So Caspian, I'll follow your lead. Where are we going? And have I mentioned that I'm so happy that you guys are back?
I think you did.
Mention that. Is this okay? So I've spent a lot of time in contemplation and study of things. Unresolved spirits, is that like a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
They come in all shapes and sizes. Would you like to give me an arcana or an arcana, probably. Check.
An arcana or a what? Like
No.
what else might
Just an arcana history, maybe.
They're both 0. Okay. 13.
Okay.
You've got your plus
So-
6 as well, remember?
I
if
do
you
actually. You
wanted
know what? Yeah, I'm gonna use my plus 6 on that. We're doing it. I was just thinking of that.
Thank you to Carl.
Yes, thank you, Carl. 15.
Okie dokie. So you are, I mean, since your time exploring the arcane, it makes sense to you that there are, I mean, to your knowledge, there are multiple ways that people might come back from the death. People might come back because they've been resurrected. There are many, many, many different ways that souls can remain. Some of them are aware of their passing, some of them are not. Some of them are tied to specific events or items or actions or people or places or whatever. Like it could be just about fucking anything you can think of, which makes it very difficult for you to kind of think your way around this one. But it makes sense. It kind of falls into place that it's not, all you're currently happy about is that she didn't immediately attack you and try to kill you.
Yeah, that was a surprising and welcome change from what I had anticipated. So I'm just going to kind of like look at Randall and Oro, and I'm going to say, I've heard of spirits with unresolved business, not being content until it's been resolved and not really realizing what's going on. So perhaps they can just follow us for a while, and if they feel satisfied, they'll be at rest finally.
Are they talking like in whispers or can Harlow?
I'm not saying
like...
it quietly.
Yeah.
You can hear me. I'm not like whispering. I just kind of like turn to them though, and I'm just like,
They're very
you can hear
obviously
everything I
talking
said.
about you directly in front of you,
yeah.
as if you're like a ghost.
Spirits. You guys think this place is haunted?
I got some
It's a
pretty good
fucking
evidence.
round of applause for Anne because she's doing an incredible job. Absolutely amazing.
I'm quite certain that this place is haunted.
I grab a hold of Barf.
Who gets grabbed when Barf gets grabbed?
Oro gets grabbed when Barf gets grabbed.
I'm trying to remain calm.
Feel the same sense of a chill that went over Randall when he was touched by the ghost. You feel the physical grip on your skin. You can feel that it's like, it's tightening your clothes and whatnot, but it does seem to pierce you somewhat, a little bit more kind of through your skin. Again, you do not take damage.
Just trying to move away a little bit. Let's get going, moving. Yeah.
Is there anything on the other side of the grate behind the skeleton?
The grate is very small. It's not as it's basically mostly wall and then a small grate, which is
Gotcha.
kind of angled. It's more of a gutter, kind of a drain situation. There's nothing that you can see down there. It's just darkness.
Perhaps we should go this way because this
Aw, and
might have
bits.
been. Oh, this might have been the direction we were intended to go, and I kind of like nod over, not like she's playing along at this point. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Watch out for things knocking you in the back of the head.
All right. After you guys.
That's how I get stabbed in the back by a ghost.
So we're moving down the sewer.
Yeah, I suggested going north, but we can go whichever way everybody wants to go.
It seems as good a way as any.
Sure, up here we go. Are we happy with the order of marching? The marching order, as it were?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harlow said she's going to fall in behind us, right? So there'll be someone behind me.
Correct.
Very happy with the marching order.
Okay. There you go. Okay, so we're moving around the corner here. And what you can see directly in front of you, turn my head this way, is to the left of you, there is to the front left of you, there is a small, what appears to be a corridor. Past that and on the right, there are two more drains that you can see. There's kind of water very slowly trickling in. And I mean, it's a bit too dark to see any further than that. So small corridor, two drains.
Is the
And sewage.
liquid still so thick that we can't really like see through it?
The liquid. Oh, to see to the
The
bottom of to see the bottom of the see what the ground is.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it's still too thick.
Okay. I'm keeping an eye out as I walk around just because I don't want to be surprised by any jellies or anything like that, but I probably can't see too much, so.
Harlow is very much experiencing the shit to the same degree as everyone else.
Oh no.
She's walking through the sewage and notices that you guys are all wearing waders. So you're protected from the sewagey shit. Is there anywhere that you would like to go in particular? You want to go to this place on the left here, or
Probably just up to like the first drain.
Yeah,
First drain?
basically.
okay? So we've got here. Oh, boop, boop, boop. So like I said, this on the left here is the first corridor, and then you've got drain there and drain there.
Oh, that's a corridor. I didn't realize that.
Sorry, it's hard for me to see. Hard for me to know what you can see and whatnot on the
Yeah.
Roll20 map.
Are there steps up right here?
Yes, this
Okay,
is one of
okay.
the few places that has steps.
Oh.
Should we get out of the ship for a while?
Yes.
Seems like a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, you find. Oh, I have accidentally clicked too many times on your character, and it's brought up a bunch of menus.
Don't
Here we are. We are finding ourselves up through here. Should we follow the corridor? See where it leads?
Yeah,
Mhm.
got my.
Now that I can see the ground, I want to look at the ground and see if there's any more of those like weak bits that might collapse or.
Sure. Give me an
Tripwires
investigation
or
or
whatever.
perception check.
I've got my core staff out as well with the light.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Sure.
You said investigation or perception?
Mhm.
Plus a d4. 18.
This seems to be stable.
Okay. I don't think
Directly
we'll
in
fall
front
through
of
here.
you in this room is it's kind of just a quite a large open area. There's very little to say about it, apart from a grating in the ceiling. You can see that the grating in the ceiling has a skeleton in it, its leg dangling through. On the floor, directly below it, is a dagger. The skeleton is still clothed and seems to have some kind of bag. The bag is wrapped around the bars of the grate in a way that is stopping it from falling.
How many seams does this bag have?
At least one bag seam. It's not his scrotum.
Right.
Oh.
Oh my.
The number of
was like,
scrotum
what?
bags that have come up in campaigns.
Right, I forgot. I
You
was
need the
really confused.
clarification, you know?
Yeah.
At least that scrotum wasn't me this time.
And the floor looks. They said the floor looks stable, and I don't see anything
Yep.
weird like a tripwire.
The only
or anything.
thing apart in like within the room itself that is of notice is a dagger on the floor, this grating in the ceiling, and various skeletal limbs that are kind of dangling out of it.
The floor looks safe. She says, like peeking around the corner.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we should check for traps or something.
Would you like to check for traps?
Sure.
Roll me a perception check. So you can do that the same way that you did with the history check.
Oh, I click on it, but it doesn't do anything.
Really?
When
You might have been on the wrong page.
Oh, my mistake. Okay.
Try now.
So
The left-hand side. There we go. Yeah, we had you on the cog settings page. Although now you're not rolling with advantage, which is a good thing. So you roll a 7.
oh,
You do not.
You've got a plus d6 as well.
Just true.
You don't have to use it now, but just a reminder.
Just in case you were
But it
curious.
does
about
run
it.
out after this game.
Yeah, it does go away after this game. So you're welcome to use this now or save it for later. But you can leave it at 7 or
yeah, I'll save it for later.
okay. Well, nothing is apparent to you.
I didn't see anything. Do you see anything?
No, it looks safe.
We're all just like looking at Randall now because he's in the front of this corridor.
Right, it's not moving. I've done this once before. Can I step in and then immediately step to the left?
Yes. You look very paranoid to everyone else, but nothing happens to you.
Is the dagger, does it look rusty? Because if it's a skeleton, is this like a rusty dagger or is it like still?
Give me a
like-
perception check.
I'll shine my light at it and see if it's shiny as well.
Okay.
Perception.
Oh dear. I
What
mean,
dagger?
it's quite nondescript from where you are. It doesn't seem to shine when you shine a light at it. Just looks like a
Okay.
discarded
I'm gonna
dagger.
focus on the bag then. But like,
Bag looks intact, as a bag can be. It has at least one seam.
so
It
it's a good sign.
looks aged.
Antique.
Can I have a look at the dagger? Because I have quite a lot of
Yes.
daggers now.
You have a lot of daggers.
I have a lot of daggers. I'm very
Are you
experienced with daggers.
collecting?
It seems to be that I'm collecting, yes.
Okay, sure. Feel free.
Once they
It's
move
fine.
in, I would like to go in as well.
Oh my fucking god, I was like, surely. I've got +4, it'll be fine.
I mean, you're not even entirely sure that's a dagger.
It's so blatantly obvious a dagger, and I have so many daggers, but I'm still like,
No, definitely a cheese knife. It's a cheese
yeah,
knife,
it's,
guys.
yeah, I think that's it's a butter knife. It's a butter knife, guys.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
I'm just like, I feel like they've gone into the room and I'm like kind of standing behind them, like wondering why they're just standing there staring at a dagger.
Intently trying to figure things out, but none of us can. Like,
How high up is the grate? Can we reach the bag?
It's about 10 foot.
Hmm.
I got my staff. I could be like,
There might be something fragile in it, and I like reach out to catch it if he pokes it.
You gonna poke it?
yeah, I'll poke it.
Okay. So
Okay.
you poke it, and you hear as one of the bones that's grasping onto the bag breaks, or at least it unhinges from the joint, and it starts to fall. You catch it quite easily, and now you have a bag with a skeletal hand attached to it.
Oh, cool. Always wanted one of those.
Like shake it off. It doesn't have muscles, so it can't hold on. Yeah.
It falls off.
Good. I was like, see if it lets go.
Scuttles across the floor.
I'm gonna open the bag and look into it.
Okay. Well, what do you
Snakes.
find?
Spring snakes.
Uh,
It's a joke bag.
you can see that inside there is a there's kind of there's a couple of bits and bobs in there. You can see that there is a thieves toolkit in there. You can see that there is at least 6 silver pieces, some of which are made up in I'm rounding up from coppers. You can see that there is some parchment and some charcoal, but there is wrapped up a piece of parchment that has got a piece of string around it, tightened, like some kind of note. You are muted.
This thing will sometimes not unmute when I unmute myself, and not mute when I mute myself. So, so like kind of like reach and pull out, hang the bag over my arm, and like kind of show it to
There's
everyone.
at
like,
least 6 silver pieces. I can't count higher than that though. So there's at least 6. Tess, fucking hell. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry. Go
You're
ahead.
fine. And I like hold it up, and so everyone can see it, and I'll start unwrapping it.
Okay. Well, as you unwrap the parchment, you can see that it is a handwritten note, as opposed to a typed note.
Might have been a printed. note.
What does it say?
It says, "I'm bloody dead." The note has an accent. Philia and my brother Vux managed to tunnel into that. I'm sorry. Philia, me, and my brother Vux managed to tunnel into that old house on the hill and nab some of his stuff. We got chased off the property by some huge dog. We blew the tunnel on the way out, but we got separated. I followed the only pipe I could, in the pitch black, mind you, and I got stuck in some bloody grate. Only thing I've got is a bomb, and that'll just blow me to smithereens. I was supposed to meet Vux somewhere down here. I tried yelling, but no one came. Vux, please find me. I hope that stone disc you found is worth my life.
Uh-huh.
So I read it out loud, not with the accent.
Damn it.
No.
I think the person that was crushed by that boulder must have been this one's brother. If that disc is the thing that you have, and that's what they stole,
Sounds likely.
and that might explain all the boulders, because they blew it up on the way out. He
I
said
think-
there was one more bomb. Is there something else in there?
Trying to investigate, you see that attached to his waist
Mm.
is a circular object that appears to have some kind of fuse.
That looks nice and dangerous.
You also see what appears to be a functioning lamp with no oil left, though perhaps it had enough oil to light whilst he was writing his note.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Right.
Fucking shits in the chat, bastards poking holes in my
Listen,
fucking cannon.
In
Why
the
would-
dark,
why-
you could write it and you could feel where the lines are on the back of the paper.
That's
from the
exactly what he
pressure.
But
did.
if, he,
That's
if
exactly
he's
what he did.
got a bomb, he must have some way of lighting the bomb.
Yeah.
So it's going to have matches.
Yes.
Because
He has- that's what he has. He doesn't have a lamp, he has matches.
Why would you use the lamp at the end to write the note and not while you're in the
He has
tunnels?
matches. Thank you, Docs. Inspiration point.
I've already got one. Shit.
Oh no! It's almost like
I
we should
mean-
use them instead of holding on to them.
You know, and I gave you a reason why it
Too late.
could have happened. I didn't get one. So Randall gets 2 and I get nothing. And the bomb thing is 10 feet away, right?
Yes, it's attached to his waist.
Yeah.
Or the skeleton's waist. How is Harlow feeling about seeing the skeleton?
So does Harlow know who these people were, the skeleton, or she's
That's a
just...
very good question. Roll me a history check.
Sorry, I'm pretty slow at this.
That's okay. You're
You're
new
fine.
to roll 20. With an 8, you successfully recognize the name Vux. Vux was a kind of a rapscallion little shit when you were last in town. The last time you were in town. He was one of the local little shits. Basically, he was a little thug that would go around and was constantly caught for trying to steal from the market square. He was about, 8 or so at the time that you knew him.
Oh, he was a babe. Okay.
Or rather, sorry, he's still 8.
I would like to ask, can I see the notes?
Sure. And I hand it over.
After reading it, Harlow would like to turn to the group and say, "Oh, it's coming back to me. I remember this piece of shit kid. He's always getting in trouble, and look what happened to him. Might have served him right."
Do the bones look like child bones?
No.
Ah, kid. Can I tell, like, do they look like they were adult bones or like elderly, worn down or anything? I guess if it's been down here for a long time, they probably look worn anyway. Can I tell how old the individual might have been?
Give me a investigation check. I'll take medicine. Yeah, go on.
I'm good at medicine. Come on.
Make a forensic.
Ding it!
6. Why have we not been able to
Okay.
roll more than a 10? That's good rolls.
Back to my old shenanigans of nothing over. a
We
10.
played a lot of board games when I was over at Katie's house Katie and Anne's house, and
Mhm.
the rumors about Katie being unable to roll high, they're accurate.
It's prolific.
Yeah, it's
Like-
genuinely it's a thing. It's a very real problem.
You should just learn to roll better.
I don't know why I keep playing dice games. The dice game.
Dogs has got it.
I know.
Don't got the problem.
I just got all the advice. Like if you.
Oh, is that how you do it? You have like a secret to make your rolls high always?
Yeah, I learned to do it.
He's got a global modifier in his. He's just not telling anyone about it. I'm kidding.
Hey, yo, YouTube audience, come hang out live and see why Tom is so salty at the chat all the time.
Get good
Also, I
at
love
rolling.
that chat doesn't show up on YouTube. Yeah, no, this has occurred to me multiple times now that they're not going to understand any of the stuff that we say to you. But at the same time, fuck them. Come watch us live.
Unless you're really
Go
busy, and we
theatre
appreciate you watching the
Unless
YouTube
you're
video.
very busy. Yes, like Jenny said, it's nice to have you following. To be fair, I know a couple of people who are busy or have their own streams at this time and they catch up watching YouTube. To those people, we love you.
Just move your own stream and then.
Yeah, just
come on.
stop scheduling things now. Like this is what kind of choice is that? Reevaluate your life.
Hello, future people, says Adam.
So, in front of you or above you is this corpse, or most of it, as the arm bone is now on the floor.
The arm bone's connected to the floor.
That does look
bone.
useful, but I can't get up there, and I don't think we want to just poke that down. As I point
Nope.
at the like orb.
Plus, we don't know how long it's clearly been there a while, and it might either be unstable or unusable. Neither of which are helpful.
If no one else has picked up the dagger at this point, I'm gonna.
Oh,
pick
I
that
was
up
gonna
too.
do. I want to pick up the dagger. Wait.
Okay, you do
It's
it.
my
you do
butter
it,
knife.
you do it. I figured, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure if you were like still scared of it or something.
Jenny's genuine look of pain.
No,
as
wait,
soon-
wait, I was waiting for my turn.
Okay.
As soon as Aura sees anyone else go for it.
Yes.
Is there
No.
There was ample time for you to go get it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
no. So you pick up the knife unproblematically. You notice that the edge of the blade has clearly been worn away into nothing. It's very rusty, but it has also got a gaping hole where it looks like someone has tried to cut something that's too resistant for it. If you look up, you notice that there is one bar in particular that is maybe cut halfway down. And you suspect that whoever is up there tried to cut one of the bars and
Damn.
stopped after they dropped their knife.
For some reason. Okay.
But you are also very aware that it is a knife.
Okay, this is a knife.
It is a
Excellent.
knife.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a shit knife now,
Shit knife.
but it is
shit,
a knife.
Shit knife. Shit.
Well, everything
in
down here is a
brackets,
shit,
shit
half
knife.
hyphen, whatever, yeah.
Because of all the poo.
Yeah. Is there anything on the other side of the room? Any other direction to go?
Nope, this is pretty much it. You can see that there is a kind of groove in the floor that looks like it does filter into the sewer.
Okay. Horo, what have you got? A knife! No!
A knife, and it's just Oro with the jacket open and tons of knives.
Yeah.
All right, so shall we continue on then? If we don't want that.
Yes.
What's Harlow's perception of the bomb that is dangling from this guy's waist?
Harlow feels like the bomb is harmless for now. It has to be lit, right? Should we take the bomb with us? Maybe it could be some use.
I can't reach it. And I don't think we want to poke it down. Maybe you could help each other get up there? I'm not very strong.
How strong is Harlow?
Let's look at Harlow's character sheet. On the left-hand side, you can see all your stats. Harlow has a 14 strength.
Oof.
Oof.
That's really good.
That's really good. Yeah.
I'm
I
8.
think you're the strongest of all of us. Yep, I also have an 8.
All right.
What's
Everyone else
Randall's strength?
cries in 8
14.
strength.
14. Okay, so you and Randall are equally buff. and Oro and I are equally not buff.
So Caspian, how would you like to do this? Do you want me to pick you up, or do you want to pick me up?
I'll pick you up.
Sure.
I don't want to stand on a ghost.
I'm just thinking about the logistics. I think it feels like this way is more likely to work.
Okay, so
Why is that?
Because one of us is a ghost.
Okay, so you are going to lift Harlow
Mhm,
up so that they can grab the bomb.
mhm, mhm.
Happy with that, Harlow?
yes.
Okay. So Randall goes to lift her up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. You find it incredibly
Dirty Dancing
easy
style.
because she is a ghost. And her being lifted up seems mostly to be a placebo effect because you don't really seem to be doing anything at all.
no hands.
Did you do that? So she starts going up and she's about to pick up the bomb, and you say, "No hands!" And immediately she floats
I
down.
don't say no hands.
Oh, I'm sorry. Got to be very careful about what's in character here, dogs. You lift her up, and you carefully pluck.
If she wasn't taking a bomb, I would let go just to see what happens. But
You pluck the bomb from the bomb tree. It would
This
make
is
sense to
where
be
bombs grow.
skeleton. You managed to take it off of the buckle it had on the belt, and you are lowered gently to the ground.
Are there any matches up there or anything? Or does anyone have matches?
Give me a sleight of hand check, please, Harlow.
Because otherwise this bomb's not that useful. And the streak continues.
The 6.
Oh my
Did
goodness.
I say sleight of hand? I meant to say investigation. I'm sorry. That was my
You
fault.
get this
I was
confused.
wondering. I was like, "Oh God, she's gonna drop the bomb."
Hey! I could have just taken the 3 off and then given you the previous roll, but I made the mistake, so I'll take the hit.
But you are kind and benevolent.
So yes, you do successfully manage to find a box of matches. There is 1 match in it.
One match. Do not miss your chance to
I
strike.
tossed the bomb and the matches to Caspian. Gently tossed.
Oh, okay. I carefully
I
tap.
throw the bomb! I'm a ghost, motherfuckers!
I do all along.
You gently underarm the bomb down. To whom? Who you underarming it to?
Caspian.
To Caspian, the person who's holding you.
I mean, I was me tossing it after I'm on the ground.
Okay. So you are lowered, and then you pass the bombs on. Okay. All right. Well, you are now in possession of 1 bomb and 1 match. Special guest TPK's the party. What do you say to the person that just handed you a bomb and a match?
Thank you.
Thank you. God, who raised you?
Yeah. Be careful with that.
Just
might
can't
die.
put anything down. Like,
Just like,
Be
Too
careful with it,
important.
be careful with it, because you might die, and that would be bad.
this is
Are
my life now.
explosives common knowledge things?
No. So I mean,
Looking
they're
at, like-
they're common knowledge in the sense of that people know they exist,
Yeah, okay.
but seeing them is a very rare thing. They're a very specialist item.
Yeah, I'm looking at it with a lot of interest.
Yeah, the people
Look,
don't
you want
have
it?
these.
There you go. You do take it if you want it. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the "it took 2 hours to find me" bomb. Oh my god, excellent.
I look it over with a lot of interest. I don't expect to learn anything from it. It's just really like curious and not like fun, but like, ooh.
So yeah, I mean, from looking at it, you can tell that it's this large circular black object, has a fuse at the top. If you kind of move it around a little bit, you can hear it's filled with some kind of grainy substance, and it's got some heft to it. It's quite intimidating.
No, I'm kidding. I hold up the bag and I hold up the bomb and I'm like, there's a little bit in here. Does anybody want a bag?
Anyone want a bag? It's definitely not a scrotum.
Oh, I'll take it now.
Yeah. Now we'll fight for it.
There's
Very
also
rarely.
these, and I pull out the thieves' tools, and I'm like, this kind of looked like what Ka had with her, and I like unravel them.
So if you recall correctly, Kawaii
Mhm.
pilfered those thieves' tools from the other corpse that you found.
Someone
And I
else
don't-
had that, didn't they? I didn't have that.
I know we tried to like talk her into to like putting the stuff out, but I think she kept those on her. Right? Did we take those
Mhm.
from her when she died?
I don't think so.
If they're not on your character sheet, then they were on her.
Okay,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have them.
I'd written everything down and they weren't on there, so fucking
Okay. I don't know how to use these. Do any of you?
Oh, I almost wrote thieves' towels. Oh my god, what's wrong with me?
Got
Thieves'
towels on the brain.
The towels.
Well, I already have some thieves' tools myself, as well as Kawaii's, so I could take the other one and start up a shop of knives and thieves' tools one day, but you guys are more than welcome to have it if you want.
Sophie! Hi, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
Oh, hi, Sophie.
How you doing? It's been so long. I've been
We could always
catching
sell
up.
them.
Oh, you plan to have half these get on one and half the other. Oh. Do I notice that then? Do I look at the half thieves' tools that she's showing me in the bag and then like, oh, hey.
No, well, I mean, wait. Did you take the thieves' tools from Kawaii?
Well, I assume so. I don't think we talked about it at the time that they were on her, but if we say they were on her now,
So
then
do you
I would have
some
took
in
them
your...
at the time.
Oh,
I
okay,
have my
yes.
own
In
originally.
which case, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
This is me being benevolent DM here. My plans were to have half in one kit and half in the other.
Okay.
For those of you who are in YouTube, hello. I planned on the thieves' kits being half empty and only functional when put together. But it's kind of it's kind of fallen to pieces.
We
here
can
in
say
front of
that's
me.
what's happened because
Because that's
I
just
don't
what
know
happens
what's in-
when you D&D.
I don't know what's in a thieves
Never look
kit.
back.
You know,
I
it
was
could be
gonna-
that we
yeah,
were like,
my-
cool, thieves tools, and we look at the other one and we're like, same.
Wait a second. So yes, you have one full thieves' tool kit now.
Okay.
Because things slip through my DM notes.
Okay, I'll take that off of the list here then.
I hope you're doing well, Sophie. It's really nice to see you in chat again. I've been watching, keeping up via
Oh.
Snapchat story.
You're being a
or
bit
Instagram or
laggy. You're
whatever.
being a bit laggy.
Stop background downloading. Don't open another tab. Okay, you're good now.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
literally nothing else open and my phone's not connected to the Wi-Fi. I just have bad internet. I was saying it's nice to be able to keep up with Sophie via Facebook and whatnot. She's just, I don't know if was it opening night the other night or something? She's in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, I saw the
Ooh.
pictures. Oh, I saw a
That's
picture.
very good. I saw a picture too. So good. So thiefy.
All right, if no one else takes it, I'm just gonna like sling this bag with almost nothing in it over my shoulder, and I'm gonna put the bomb like. How did he have it attached to his belt?
So there was a piece of rope that was kind of through the top. There's like a loop on the bomb that had a piece of rope around it, which was untied in the process of unlatching it from him.
I'll tie it to my belt or to my waiter's strap, so it's right here.
Sure.
So it
Okey-dokey.
explodes my heart and I'll die instantly if something goes wrong.
That's good planning right there.
Yeah. At least if you die, it'll be quick.
Or you'll just blow
Shot to the
shit
heart.
everywhere.
And you're to blame.
Shit everywhere. Okay. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do?
Not get back in the sewer. But I don't.
Got
feel
waders
like
on, we're
that's-
fine.
But what about her low? She doesn't have any.
Shouldn't have died.
Shouldn't have died.
Only the living.
If I'd have known there was going to be a fourth person, I would surely have found you another set of waders, but you were already down here, so.
When you avoided the first time around.
I mean, I guess you didn't think about bringing extras in case, you had to save me?
That was an in-character statement. Heck, okay. Well, look, you look clean now. Isn't that like a thing you can do?
Can I or can't I, Tom? What
So,
is Harlow
okay.
covered in shit?
So you are not covered in shit.
Oh,
Harlow,
no shit.
Harlow believes that they're covered in shit.
There's not, like,
As a
ghost
ghost,
shits in
there is no ghostly ecto shit all over you. You
Okay.
are perfectly clean.
But Harlow believes she's covered in
Yes.
shit. Okay. I mean, at least you guys could do is bring me some towels to clean off,
Inspiration point to Anne.
Hell yeah.
That was amazing.
So that sounds like side quest number 2, the return of the towels.
Return of the Towel.
Oh,
I'm sorry, it was very thoughtless of us, clearly.
Well, let's get a move on. We don't have ages to wait.
Yep. Let's
He
go.
even put them in his sanctuary of towels.
This is how Randall ends up starting, like, the moth sanctuary in Oblivion. It's like a towel sanctuary. People come and study the art of towel making.
Ugh.
He amasses this massive collection of towels, and
Oh,
someday
man.
there will be a flood, and they'll all come running out with their towels, and they'll soak up all the water, and it will prevent the flood. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Story making. Okay. Are we returning to the sewer?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let's put you over there. Oh, if I accidentally put someone on someone else. Yes, I had. There you go. Well, with your new bomb and your additional party member, there are some options that you have. You have 2 of these drainage lines to the left and right of you, and you have the you can see that the sewer opens up slightly, the tunnel at the end, but it's quite dark, so it's hard to really see.
Well, the drainage things haven't been big enough for us to go through previously, right? So we still can't go
Correct.
through those. So we just head on down towards the end.
I assume if we look down them, there's nothing of interest.
Yes.
Shit.
And more shit.
Woo.
So I'm just moving you around because I can move all of you at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here you find that to the direct north of you and to the put you there, to the west of you. I just put you there for the sake of lighting up the corridor a little bit better. I apologize. That's not a movement thing really. To the north and to the west of you are very it's very thick grating. Again, in this kind of situation, it's kind of just some kind of sewer system blockage point. You can see that the grate to the west of you has gelatinous cube goop that's clung to the bars. Drainage lines to the left of me. Drainage lines to the right. Here I am, stuck in the shit with you. So if you'd sung
Here
that,
I
that would have
am,
been
stuck
another
in
inspiration
experiment
point.
with
So those are the directions that are cut away and unfortunately not accessible to you. But you can see that these gratings look like they are more more like, what is the fucking word? I always forget. Here we go again. Tom with forgetting words. The metal bars that come down and are only
Palisade?
A portcullis?
a
Portcullis.
portcullis.
Palisade.
It's like a portcullis, as in it's a grating that
Is it a bench?
I was thinking, is it
I
a
was going to
bench?
say bench.
Yeah, but
Adam said it, not me. Adam said
I
it.
held myself above that.
For those of you watching on YouTube, in our previous game, we had some days with some really bad trouble with words, and we were in a
How bad?
room full of
Really bad.
furniture. It happens to everyone. We were in a room full of furniture, and he's trying to describe this seating thing, and we were like, couch, sofa, love seat, throwing out, what is it? An armoire, a chaise lounge, not an armoire, a chaise lounge, whatever and finally somebody says a bench. This is after we've used every other word than bench.
Bench,
So,
bench, that's it, bench.
a bench. It's a portcullis. So the portcullis to the south, is that what you're saying?
No, to the north and to the
the
west
north.
of you.
Okay.
I
So it
have
looks
a
like
plus
they could
5
be
to hit Tom with shade. Or there's also the tower thing where there was a tower fiasco, and I was trying for ages to describe a part of a fucking tower. Drove me so crazy that I genuinely created an entire fucking document of all the different types of towers.
Can
Which, if
confirm.
you'd like, if you want a copy of, please message me and I'll give you.
It'll be £10 on PayPal.
Yeah.
What it looks like for these portcullises, multiple objects.
Portcullis?
Ports. It looks like the bottom portion is broken. It's still deep in shit, but it looks like, if you were to give your best guess, actually, everyone can give me
best guess.
survival. Everyone can give me survival or perception.
Don't know if I care about survival anymore.
This is a whole new world. It's a different game entirely.
Yeah, no.
So
Jesus
many
Christ.
sixes. I don't know how.
That's insane. It's been a lot of low numbers this game. Okay, Randall, your best guess as to what's happened here is that something has pushed up against this portcullis, and it has pushed the portcullis up in the manner of like, okay, it's portcullis.
Mhm.
Even better, portcullis. Okay, it's my phone case. All right.
Props.
Something has pushed up against it, moving the portcullis up, and then when it's passed, it has gone down again, because there is a very clear bending of the
Okay.
metal at the bottom. So it looks like something has pushed up against it so much that it has, with the sheer force of it, moved upwards to let this, whatever it is, through.
And it has gone back down again, or it hasn't gone back down again?
It has gone back down again.
Okay.
It's quite bent, but it's
that's okay.
It's down. It is okay.
Get bent.
It's down, but it's like the part that's bent is like just barely out of the shit.
Who's the one I know and who's the GM? Well, hopefully it's me, given that, you've been here a few times. And I am me. And Tom
And
at the
will-
very top
I,
is
I
the...
guess I'll type in the chat. I guess.
You gotta type, I guess.
You got me. But that's what appears to be the case.
So you're saying it looks like it's bent enough that we could duck our heads under and go in?
No,
Oh no.
Okay.
you don't want to go that close to
Nope.
shit.
I was like, I can't believe
It
you're doing
looks
this right now.
heavy. To the south, you have this corridor that is
Corridor.
open
Corridor
and
sounds
not
like
Yep.
portcullis at all.
Yep, let's go that way.
I feel like
Not
I'm being
even-
directed.
Not
I
even
don't want to
remotely
swim in the
portcullis.
shit.
Hey,
I don't put my head in
there
it.
are options available to you. I'm just
Yep.
saying that
Yep,
two
yep.
of the options have a load of shit and the other one doesn't.
Yep. Let's
other
go with the not
option.
shit option.
It is it's a DM bugbear, if you were, to go that far. D&D. To lead your players.
Oh, right.
You don't want to lead your players too much. I want to leave it as open as I possibly can.
just
I
make it
thought
so
what you
that-
were doing were saying this was a portcullis, but it looks like it's bent slightly back and it just dips right below the shit line, but you could get through is what I thought you were doing. And I was like,
Yeah, I
Right.
thought you were doing
I
that.
wasn't.
too.
I
Like,
wasn't
give us
trying
the
to
waiters.
suggest.
okay.
I wasn't trying to suggest that. But again, portcullis they lift. So I mean,
So they're hench.
So we know potentially we could open those,
hench.
but let's go down first is what we're gonna do, I think.
okay. So you want to go to the south?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's move our players down.
Going down the tunnel, gonna eat me a lot of peaches.
Ooh, I have moved people and they've moved themselves at the same time. I apologize. I should just let you do it. Okay. If we move you slightly further down, because there is a wall there that I did not place and I wish wasn't there. What you see here is one long tunnel and another long tunnel that is parallel but does not appear to be tunnels. So additionally, so I'll explain. Apologies for the confusion here. In front of you is a long corridor that leads all the way to the south and bends at the end. That you can just about see that it bends at the end to the west. Although you, as your characters, may not be able to properly see it. There's a vague bend just out of your vision here. To your right, or to the west, there is a room. What you can see in the south wall of this room is a gaping hole in it. It has caved in, and you can just about see that cave-in-ness extends to the room below that as well.
Are we above the room that was collapsing before? Is it like circled around?
It has somewhat circled around, yeah.
We haven't gone up.
It's
Well,
not directly underneath, but it's
Oh, it's like nearby.
Yeah.
So it might all be like the same cave then.
and there's probably like gradients in a place like this because if it were all completely flat, the liquid would never move anywhere.
and it's an ancient decaying sewer. So
Yeah. Okay. Does it look like this hole was created by a bomb?
no.
Okay. Just a cave in. Got it.
Give me a perception / investigation check.
15.
Or- Go nice and close so you can investigate it properly. With that, nope, not gonna do that. This is a TARDIS sewer because it's bigger down here than the town is. So just as you can see around the corner, you're not in the room, so it's hard to tell. You can see that the makeshift hole in the wall is not generated by any kind of rubble or anything like that. It looks like it's been burrowed through. In fact, as you look, you can see that the floor is lined with kind of a thick goop and debris. It looks like that this might have been some kind of nest, or this might be some kind of nest.
What?
What'd you say? What were you gonna say?
I think he said, "What? Whoa."
I said what?
Oh. I'm gonna point in there and say, I think something used to live in there.
Used to.
Yeah, it does. It might still be used, but nothing's there now.
Does the goop look fresh?
It's pretty fresh. It's pretty goopy.
Was it at all goopy in the where we were originally when we went down the first corridors?
No.
No. Alright.
How those jelly things reproduce. Is this jelly babies?
Jelly babies. Are they adorable?
Are they delicious?
Probably not. They're probably quite acidic.
That just means
Maybe
they're the
that's-
sour version.
Yeah, maybe that's sour.
They're the sour version.
This is the first D&D thing I've seen live. It's interesting. Is it goopy? Yeah, this is a normal session. asking, is it goopy and wading through shit is about
Yes,
the level
you've
we'll
missed-
keep it at.
Yeah, you've missed a lot of shit wading. There was a dog, though.
There was a dog.
You also missed a dog. And purchasing towels.
Completion
Which is,
of side quests.
honestly, it's a main ingredient to most D&D games, so I don't know why I highlighted that. In almost
Dungeons and
every
Dragons and
single
towels
session, yes.
Is the
And really, it should just be Dungeons and Towels, really.
towels and towels.
Just towels and towels.
Just towels.
Almost every single D&D game I've ever been in has had towel involvement in some way.
Yeah. Anyway.
Notice no inspiration. You're too powerful for inspiration. I can't give you inspiration.
Yes, clearly by my rules we have determined. I'm fully joking. You obviously don't give me inspiration for that. This is more of like a running bit at this point. And jelly babies are what the Fourth Doctor offers to everyone. Really? Okay, I've never seen Doctor Who really, so I didn't know that. Multi-layered joke on accident. Let's keep going, shall we?
Now, where do you want to go? Into the corridor or into the tunnels?
Oh, it's not completely collapsed. There are burrows. Oh, I thought it was burrowed, and that's what caused the collapse. Ah, geez.
Both.
I will point those out because Katie misunderstood, but Nerly certainly didn't misunderstand what she saw, and let everyone decide what they would like to do.
What?
Maybe we should just peer in. Don't know whether we need to go in. Maybe if it looks like they're all like together.
I'll pat you on the shoulder and be like,
Go for it.
"Do your best. Tell us what you can see. I'm gonna stay here."
I like that. Do your best.
Do. Okay, well,
And that's guidance, by the way.
if I look in, is it just perception?
Sure.
17.
17.
Plus
That's
4?
right, yeah. 1d4.
A D4, yeah.
Ooh, a 1. 18.
Ooh. Okay, so you've got dark vision, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you peer around the corner, and what you can see is that these. Let me just move some images around a little bit. Oh God. So you can see if we move you a little bit here. This is not an amazing time for this, actually. Let me just. How am I going to move this? Definitely not do that. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, this is going to be too hard for me to do. Dynamic lighting, yo. Difficult. So what you can basically see is that directly south from where you are, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move you just to. I can move everybody. This isn't actually where you are, but I'm just showing you. I'm using your tokens to provide light so you can see where you are.
Right.
These 3 rooms are connected by one long burrowed tunnel that goes from the northmost room to the southmost room. In fact, the southmost room continues on, but it burrows downwards. It is kind of angled. You obviously aren't in these particular rooms, but I will just explain to you that the room at the very far end and the room in the middle have 2 huge corpses in them. These corpses are what appear to be kind of disgusting centipedes of some kind. They are plump. They are kind of a browny yellow. They have many, many, many legs. And they have tentacles and a sharp jaw at the front. They are revolting, but they are dead.
On the plus side, they are dead.
Pros.
You
They're
can
dead.
see that basically that this is their nest, and from the top room to the bottom room is just one long tunneled kind of nest that's gone through the walls, The walls are lined with goop. We did get revolting from that. Glad that we're on the same page here. You can see it's kind of a subterranean tunnel nest. You can see that it's lined with kind of goop and debris all across the walls and the floor. It stinks almost worse in here than it does out in the sewer full of shit. And everywhere you step is just squish after squish. There are small maggots and what appear to be eggs dotted around the floor and in the corners in small kind of clusters. But they are all, like I said, dead. And it looks like they are kind of like not rotting, but they're decaying because they're being eaten by other carrion.
Rats. What do you see?
Just say nope.
Nope, not here for that. There's a lot of goop everywhere, and there looks like there's two big old dead centipede-like things down there.
So there is one dead one in the middle, and there are two dead ones in the southern room.
Oh, okay.
I apologize for not making that clear.
That's fine.
Have they been dead a long time?
Have they been dead a long time? Did you say they've been dead a long time?
It's impossible to tell. You can see that they are deteriorating because they are being eaten.
Okay. Hard to tell. They're being eaten, so there seems to be here.
This is also a sewer, so
Yeah.
you left one corpse down here a day and it was stripped to the bone.
They had all this
True.
food as well. Like, why would they?
Waste not. So
It looks like it goes down as well.
perhaps we see what's at the end of this hallway and then continue going downward.
Or we can do so next time because it is 10 past 10 p.m. Whoa, cliffhangers. Right. Well, you guys got some decent progress going on today. We got some good moments with all our characters, and you did an incredible job of bringing Harlow to life. Thank you very, very, very much for doing such a good job. Really, genuinely.
And for
Did even
waiting
better than I
patiently for
expected.
2
Thank you guys
hours
for
for us to
having
find
me
you.
on.
Yes, thank you very much for waiting very patiently. That was incredible. We can talk about it off stream, but you're more than welcome to reprise your role next week if you're available. We'll discuss it. So I don't want to put you on the
I would
spot.
love to.
Well, if that's the case, if we're still playing next Sunday, I'd love for you to come back and be Harlow once more. Thank you, everybody who's been watching throughout, all those of you who just popped in,
All those of you watching in the future,
all those who are on YouTube, yeah,
or
crazy.
watching in the past somehow.
Future friends.
Gotta be inclusive.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. Thank you for everyone who's been interacting in chat and stuff. You guys make our games even more fun. It's always nice chatting to people as we go along, even if we do end up distracting ourselves. But that's part of the fun. That's part of our charm.
Yes.
I mean, you guys did amazing today. Very happy with everybody. And again, I would like to just double thank Anne for being so patient and doing such a good job with Harlow. Genuinely. Even if we're mean to you, yes, even if you're mean to you.
For the record, I 100% thought you were somehow going to be at the manor. And so I was like, we'll finish up our little thing. We'll have our little interactions and then we'll go back and we'll meet here. And then when you weren't there, I was like, shit, I don't know. Dang it.
Yeah, and I thought she was at the Bowen's place. I was triply
Yep,
confused.
I was like, yeah, clearly that's where we're gonna go. Cool. So we spent all this time actively actually trying to find you and just like bumbling.
Yeah.
That's right. I had some contingencies set aside, but unfortunately none of those came into play.
Like,
Again,
get to the fucking side, you idiots.
No, like I said, I had some other contingencies, but none of them triggered, as it were. So I was like, shit, I could use this thing, but no, I can't use this thing because of this, and maybe the picture will paint itself in the future when all these things unravel and make themselves
That's
clear.
D&D.
That's D&D. Again, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you guys for playing. I'm sorry that you guys have been so unwell, but considering you're feeling unwell, you did fab.
And you're great too.
Do we want to raid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if anyone's got any ideas, holler at me.
Let's see who's live. I don't follow very many D&D streams, so it's hard for me to kind of recommend people.
Legends of Aventris are playing Dungeons and Dragons, unless they are not. Well, because y'all Twitch lies.
Twitch does lie.
Yeah, they're on my thing.
And
We have
sometimes you
raided
raid
them.
people and they've been on Be Right Back for the last 10 minutes.
I know, that's what I'm checking.
We have raided them the last couple of times we've played as well.
Oh yeah.
So if we want to stretch out and raid, we could raid someone new.
Ooh,
Oh.
let's do that.
That's true.
We could go onto Roll20 and see.
You mean
Not
on a
Roll20,
Twitch?
onto Twitch and onto D&D, and just
Go to
see who else is
Roll20.
going. Is that sleepiest underscore?
Twitch lies.
Sounds
That
like a
needs to be a
loser.
shirt. Agree. You
Da-da-da-da.
have charm.
There's
It's
a.
even harder to choose from.
Hmm.
There's too much choice.
Do viewers low to high? And let's rate somebody new who doesn't.
Yeah,
have
I was
low.
thinking someone with like at least like sub 10.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they've got to have their cameras on and stuff, right? So you can get involved.
Yeah.
Why don't we see?
What
How
about-
about?
There's someone
Ooh,
called
go ahead.
Runasale. Tales of Yoranta,
Oh yeah,
the Wailing Seas.
yeah.
They've all got
Ooh.
cams. It seems
Yeah.
to be
That
English
sounds
speaking.
fun.
And they're an
Sounds like
illustrator
fun.
who lives D&D and video games, and they play Osu sometimes. No,
Oh,
Osu.
no,
Just
say.
found us.
Oh, is that their art on the background? You think? Oh my god, it's so good.
Dunno.
Oh shit, it might be.
It's you, an illustrator who an artist who likes to play D&D and games sometimes.
It's you.
No.
Right, let's do
Okay.
that.
Yes, good idea.
Okay. We should be back next week. Yeah?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Alright. Thanks for chilling with us,
Yeah.
guys. See you next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.